Hamilton, now at Ferrari, dares to dream of a record 8th F1 world title. The Tifosi will be hoping the Brits can bring glory back to Italy. To many, Ferrari and Formula One are inseparable. They're the only team in the sport today to have competed in the first World Championship in 1950, are the most successful team in history and have built some absolutely gorgeous cars. Their first driver's title was won in 1952 by Alberto Ascari. Considered one of F1's most dominant 50, who secured the team's next driver's title in 1956. Remember, he was world champion 5 times with 4 different teams. Mike Hawthorne, Phil Hill and John Surtees also won titles for Ferrari in the 50s and 60s. And the cars back then were beautiful. And they even sounded great, didn't they? Anyway, Ferrari went 11 years without winning a title until Niki Lauda won in 1975 in the iconic 312T. Throughout much of the 80s and 90s, though, Ferrari looked like they'd never go all the way again. Le Professeur Alan Prost came pretty close in 1990, but lost out to his bitter rival and former teammate at McLaren, Ayrton Senna. It was only when John Todt recruited a swathe of staff from outside of Italy, including Michael Schumacher, that the glory days returned 21 years after their last driver's title. The turn of the century saw the prancing horse sprint to an unprecedented 5 consecutive championship doubles. And after Schumacher left, Kimi Raikkonen reclaimed the driver's title immediately. But despite employing 1,500 people, the Iceman remains the last Ferrari world champion. So, 16 constructors' titles, 7 more than McLaren, and 15 drivers' titles, 4 more than, again, McLaren. Ferrari are truly Formula One's top team. Forza Ferrari.
Laughing at 6 minutes after 6 o'clock. Good morning. talkSPORT Breakfast with Arnold Clark. Build your own car deal online, all with a few clicks and make buying your next car easy peasy. Gabby, who went missing again yesterday, is alongside me. Where were you?
I had to go make some calls.
Oh, what, for 3 hours?
By the time I come back down, you've gone.
You're a liar.
I'm not lying.
You're an absolute liar. Honestly,
I'm not lying.
Gabby.
There was
If you don't like me, just tell me.
There was a fire alarm was in the building, so everyone come over to the hotel. and I was in a bar with him.
Fire alarm where?
Here.
Was that?
Yeah. See, I told you.
Premier League is back tonight, and talkSPORT's the place to be this weekend. Here we go.
Game day on the talkSPORT network. Here we go again.
Big London derby of East versus West.
Champagne with a great opportunity.
Finished at the Stadium LA, Sunderland 3, West Ham 0.
I think we all have to be better, we all have to prove we win and we lose together, it's as simple as that.
Marmoush coming forward, shooting from the edge of the area, scores a wonderful goal.
Just first game, but it's good to start, but many things have to improve.
Pep's kryptonite.
Tottenham 3, Burnley 0. Thomas Frank's tenure as Spurs boss in the Premier League is off to a flyer.
We'll do everything we can to beat City next Saturday.
On it back again inside the area, and Gordon can finish it here. He does.
But an explosive statement has just been dropped by Alexander Isak, of course the subject of one foul bid at least from Liverpool over the course of this summer transfer window.
I'd rather focus on those players we have here. I'm sure everything off the pitch will take care of itself.
Mo Salah does what he does best. Let the games begin. This is dream stuff.
So we kick off tonight with two sides still looking for the first win. It's West Ham and Chelsea, London derby. Then tomorrow lunchtime we bring you a huge lunchtime clash, City against Spurs. And what about Monday night? The Alexander Isak derby between Newcastle and Liverpool. Gab, are you watching a game this weekend? Are you working?
This weekend, Al, tonight, Saturday, Sunday and Monday, I've got nothing on.
Really?
Not seeing the kids like you always know I don't. So I'm just going to watch all the football, mate. Some big games to watch and have a nice chilled bank holiday weekend.
No co-coms? No, oh, no,
I didn't get the call up this weekend, mate. Yeah. Just the small games. I'll get the shout for. Yeah. What about you, mate? You going to watch them all in your bar?
I'll be at home this weekend, I think. And I'll be watching and listening to most of the
think bank holiday weekend, Dad. It's nice to stay at home, isn't it? All the traffic, everyone travelling and stuff.
Yeah.
Stay
And
indoors.
I live down, where I live is down the coast, so
Exactly.
I've got to get off quickly today.
Yeah, because everyone's going there.
Correct.
Yes.
Let's start. Okay, West Ham against Chelsea. Hammers gone down 3-0 to Sunderland last weekend. I didn't see that. I thought it'd be a hard game, but not 3-0.
Yeah.
And the boss, Graham Potter, thinks they're up against it tonight as well.
Well, it'll take a huge effort, a fantastic team performance, always a bit of luck. Whenever you play football, you need a little bit of that as well. But no, it's very simple. We're playing against a top team that are, in a really good moment because they've won Club World Cup, talented squad. So we have to perform well as a team. Balance between attack and defence has to be really good, and we have to give everything.
Do you know what I was thinking, Gab? I was coming in this morning with Billy the Cab, and he's Millwall, isn't he? But
yeah,
he said if they lose Bowen, they're in big trouble.
Oh.
And I thought about it. I thought, yeah, you're right.
Al, even with Bowen, I look at their front line against Sunderland, and it was like a 3-4-3. And you had Bowen, Fulkrug, and Paqueta. There's not much pace up there. After losing Kudus, they need to replace that. They've got no speed in that front line. Callum Wilson's available off the bench. Maybe he starts, but he's got his injury problems. And Chelsea lost last season at home 3-0 to Chelsea. And Chelsea have improved since last season.
Yeah.
West Ham have got worse. So
what do you think? What do you think the owners of West Ham are thinking? Are they thinking Leeds, Burnley, Sunderland?
They shouldn't be.
As long as we finish above them, we're all right. Is that what they're thinking?
They shouldn't be, because if you look at last week, Sunderland played them off the park. Sunderland comfortably beat them. So they have to think to themselves, this last 8-9 days, go and improve that front line. Go and get a centre midfielder, like we says, who can get around the pitch, who can break up attacks. Even your third top goal scorer, Souček. Second top goal scorer, Souček, was on the bench against Sunderland. How come he's not starting? Ward-Prowse is in there, very good technically, but can't get around the pitch. West Ham better be careful. And I've got a bad feeling about tonight, Al. I feel the fans aren't happy with what's going on at West Ham. The manager sounded a bit nervous there. This could easily be a 3-4-0 tonight.
I quite like Graham Potter, and I don't want to slag him, but I wouldn't be talking about how good Chelsea are winning this, winning that. So, we've got a job to do. If we're going to perform this season, home games are vital, and we're up for it tonight. It's a London derby. I'd be talking positive, not negative.
He should be going out to the players and saying, listen, last week, not good enough. We have to... Because the longer you don't pick up a point, Al, you lose tonight, then your next game you look at and you don't get a point. That's 3 games. You're bottom of the table. Frustrating for the fans as well. West Ham should have pushed on out after winning Europa Conference League. They've gone backwards. So tonight on that lovely big pitch, lovely evening for football tonight, Chelsea, who drew their first game, will be all out to go and get 3 points.
Well, let's hear from Tony Cottee, right, former West Ham striker, joined the breakfast show earlier this week to react to that hammering up at Sunderland. Here's what he made of it.
Stand up and be counted. Sunderland scored heady goals, 2 heady goals, and West Ham are playing 3 centre halves. You know, if you're a centre half, you've got to head the ball clear. You can't have the lad who scored the first goal. He looked smaller than our 3 centre halves, and it was such a poor goal to concede. The biggest problem at West Ham at the moment, and I think I touched on it with you guys a couple of weeks ago, there's no legs in midfield. You know, Rodriguez, I don't see what he brings to the table. Ward-Prowse is a good footballer, but there's no athleticism there. There's no pace. There's no one who can get up and down. You know, of course we miss Declan Rice. I get that. And, you know, Declan would be perfect in there now, but he's gone. And they've got to try and replace him.
Tony Cottee there, who loves that club, doesn't he? What a goal scorer he was, by the way. Tomorrow's huge one, Man City Tottenham. This is a good one, isn't it? Thomas Frank men going to, fresh off the back and missing out on Eze to Arsenal, and Spurs legend Glenn Hoddle. He told us yesterday on breakfast, an absolute disaster for the club.
Well, it is, because it's exactly what we need. I think with Maddison getting injured, that creativity that Eze certainly brings, is a natural footballer. And I mean, at the back end of the season, I heard rumours that he was lining up at Arsenal, were lining up for him anyway. So I sort of thought to myself, yeah, I can see Arsenal taking him and him ending up in a red and white shirt. But then when I heard we were in for him and there was all sorts of things happening, and I thought, actually, we've got a hell of a chance. Nowadays, Alan, that's the problem. You know, back in the day, that's why you try and keep things so secret. So no one got any idea of possibly certain players might be available, or they might have clauses in their contract. Nowadays, that's impossible. And this is a prime example of, you know, everything's out in the public. You've got social media. It's impossible to keep anything quiet. So at the end of the day, years ago, Eze would have been a Spurs player by now. But I think in this day and age, it just, you know, with Havertz getting injured, I don't know if it's a long injury, long-term injury. I'm not sure. But at the end of the day, that might have just persuaded them, you know, to go for Eze. But it's a blow for Tottenham for sure, because I think he would actually suit us down to the ground. He really would, playing in that sort of 10 role. And with Maddison, as I say, being out, it's a big blow.
Yeah, Glenn Hoddle yesterday on breakfast. What a show we got coming up this morning. We'll talk to Mido, former Tottenham striker, who'll join us right here in the studio. We'll build up to the weekend's games in the Premier League, where Harry Redknapp, Gabby's best mate. Gabby's now part of the Sandbank set. You know, hi H, how are you? You know, unbelievable. Right, and Stuart Pearce will join us as well. Up next, we hear from Palace boss Glasner, who says Eze wasn't well enough to play last night. Yeah, all right. And Gabby will find out what speed dating is with wee Stewie.
This is the talkSPORT Goal Show. It's the show for the fans that's done by the fans.
Yes! Oh my God! Yes! Yes! Yes!
He is an unlocker of defences. That.
If you've got a problem or something to say,
You don't have the right to say anything about something. I do.
This nonsense kills the game.
Sit up straight, Stewie.
Love with you is all I
Start for 10. Who sang this, Stewie?
Couldn't tell you.
Oh, for God's sake.
Couldn't tell you.
should know this, mate.
The DJ.
I should. No, Ed's the DJ.
Minnie Ripperton.
I knew that, mate.
Yeah, I'm sure you did.
Great tune.
Now, extra time co-host Wee Stewie is in the studio with us, and he told us that he was getting ready to go speed dating last night. What? Let's check in with him now and see how it went. Stewie, very good morning.
Morning, Al, yeah.
What is speed dating?
What is that, mate?
So it's basically you go to a venue, a bar, restaurant, whatever, they pick for the vibe.
I get that. Yeah. I've done that, yeah.
You basically have a time-limited date. So I had 10 minutes with 7 lovely ladies last night.
What's that? 10?
Did it last 10 minutes?
Oh, yeah, no, they last 10 minutes.
Get the old elbow.
No, all of them last. I managed to last the whole 10 minutes.
You get 10 minutes of each one?
Yep. And it was, it was interesting. It was good fun.
Yeah, why would you get one who's 6'1"?
They were all taller than me. Yes, out there. Yeah, out. They were all taller.
Hey, hello, love.
What did I come there?
They were all taller than me.
It's okay,
luckily, we were sitting down most of the time, so it wasn't too bad.
Yeah, go on. And any success?
Well,
any numbers?
So the way you had to do them, you had to rank them if you would block them, friend them, or date them. Yeah, after each date. I blocked one.
Why?
Yeah,
you're savage, mate.
No, the vibe was just off.
Was it?
Yeah, she was yawning, she's looking around. I was like, nah, she ain't for me.
Mate, yeah.
She's not for me.
Well, she wasn't interested.
Yeah, she just didn't seem interested. I told her I worked with Alan Brazil on talkSPORT, and she was like,
"Who's that?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I was saying numpty.
So seven dates, you said.
So 7 dates.
Could you have all 7 if you wanted to?
If you press date for all of them and they date you back.
Gabby, rephrase that. What do you mean have all 7?
I mean like go on future dates.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's better.
Yeah.
Sorry, mate. Sorry. Come out wrong.
So, but yeah, if you press date for them and they press date for you, then you'll get a match. I'll find out later today if I've matched with any of the 7.
So what if you don't get any matches, Stewie? What is that going to do for your confidence?
I'll just go back again. There's another night on Wednesday. I'll go on Wednesday.
Are you one of them guys you get knocked back? Your numbers, man. You keep going.
Do you know what? It was the first time I've ever done that. So, I mean, I enjoyed the night. It was a good night. It was fun. It was.
What'd you wear?
This, literally, what I'm wearing right now.
Are you joking?
No, all this.
Why would you wear that?
Why not?
As if you've just fixed the boiler, Stewie. So you got to make an effort, man.
This is an effort. No?
What?
A smart cash.
Listen, you've lost about 8 stone in weight. Right?
Yeah.
Go and get some new clobber.
What? 10 minutes isn't a lot of time, is it?
No, to be fair.
So imagine Samuel Hardy starts talking about, and I went to do the cricket, and by the time he's finished talking about cricket,
it's done.
10 minutes is up, and she's like, Jesus. But you enjoyed it.
Oh yeah, it was good fun. I'd recommend anyone do it.
Yeah.
Would you?
Yeah, if you're single and you want to do something, it's great. It's good fun.
You have to be single to do it.
Well, it's whatever you do if you're not single, you know.
Well, Gabby doesn't bother me.
No, good though.
So you'll find out today?
Yeah, I'll find out today if I've got any matches.
Keep us in touch then?
Yeah, I'll let you know if I've got any matches.
You get like an email?
So, yeah, it's an email or a text to say you've matched with this person. You can contact them elsewhere.
Well, Stewie, listen, you're a good guy. You work hard. You deserve getting something.
Although one of them was a season ticket holder for West Ham. I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah.
Should have all that green sauce over the pies. What do you call it?
Liquor.
Yeah.
Liquor.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, don't do that, mate.
Although the only thing is, like, she was one of them I said match to. I said match to 2 of the girls. Yeah.
Did you?
She was one of them.
All right, okay. Well, Stewie, keep us in touch, mate.
I will.
Yeah, good luck, mate.
Right, there you go. We Stewie on a dating trail, 6:23. Right, let's look at today's back pages with Tesco Mobile for Business.
The Back Page Review on talkSPORT with Tesco Mobile for Business. Got a side hustle as a Pilates instructor? Stretch your budget with business phone bills for up to 40% less than the big 3 networks. For verification, see tescomobile.com/business.
Oh, I'd love Stewie to get a lumber, wouldn't you?
A what?
A lumber.
What's that?
A date. You know?
Okay, yeah.
No, I'd like him. No,
have you ever been on speed dating, Sam?
I tell you what, listening to Stewie there, I might try and get involved. It sounds like a hoot. It sounds like a laugh. Yeah. It sounds like a good idea to meet women and get out there. I might try it.
I want to understand how it works. Though, is it like you get your 10 minutes and you're like, go on then, off you go, babe.
Yeah,
next one,
babe.
What do you do?
My guess would be that you're all sort of sitting down in a circle, and kind of one by one, the girl will move along to another table, and then one will go. I'm guessing, yeah.
You sit still, and the girls just come to you.
I'm guessing, and the girls almost rotate. I'm guessing. I've never done it before, but it sounds like a really, really good idea. Yeah. And you're right, Al. If anyone deserves these headphones, by the way, are causing you problems, aren't they?
I'm going to bin them in a minute.
No, I feel maybe
it's just that they don't work.
Well, Gabby, why don't you help your colleague? Put them in. Why don't you help?
I thought this was a radio station. You know what I mean?
Well, radio / YouTube / we're a bit of everything now, Al, aren't we?
What?
We're a bit of everything now, aren't we?
Honestly, just stick to what we're good at. Anyway, back pages.
Guys, it's no real surprise. It's pretty much dominated once again by Eze, of course. Palace winning last night, but Eze not playing, not involved, not so easy for Palace. Glasner frustrated as Arsenal-bound star pulls out of squad.
Why, was he sore tummy or, poorly?
Well, all we were told is he felt unwell, so he didn't play last night. Eze's Arsenal debut on hold, paperwork to be registered, too late for match tomorrow. And again, similar sort of story, Gab. Back of the mail, Eze calls in sick. Lots of talk about Arsenal and Spurs. But Gabby, I was listening and watching Oliver Glasner last night in his talkSPORT interview and also in his press conference. He looks a frustrated man. We know he's done an unbelievable job there, taking Palace into Europe, winning a trophy. Do you worry for Palace if Eze goes, if Gahey goes, about what next for Palace?
I think they need to go and get, obviously, a replacement for Eze. I mean, there's talk about them, certain players they're looking to get. Will they have a season like last season? No, I don't think so. Will they have a decent run in the Europa League Conference? Yes, I do. I think with Mateta and Sarr, Wharton, the players that they've got. But I think you just be frustrated losing Eze because he's a superstar. He can just change a game.
But Eze going, right? Yeah. What about Mateta?
I think he's the next one.
Yeah, he might just say,
this time next year, he might be like, I want to go.
This time next year? What about in the next week or so?
Yeah, he could do. He could look at it and Elise went. Eze's going to go now. Palace have to sell players. It is what it is. It's a pecking order, isn't it?
Yeah, and now, then, importantly, got to bring in players to support Glasner and try and take the team forward. One more transfer story back at the Sun. The ends, Chelsea manager Enzo Maresca would rather risk a striker crisis than keep unhappy pair Jackson and Nkunku. 1-2-way forwards, Jackson and Christopher Nkunku left out of the Blues trip going to West Ham this evening. Maresca making it very clear they're both fit, they both can play, but not going to travel this evening, both potentially leaving in the next couple of weeks. Nicholas Jackson, Gabby,
yes,
been linked with Villa.
Yes.
Would you like him at Villa? Of course, Unai Emery worked with him at Villarreal.
I think you need options. You look at, we got Gesson, Watkins. Be nice to get another one in the door.
Rodgers could be off though, couldn't he? I'm reading this morning.
No, I don't think so. No way. I don't think Rodgers is off for sale, but I think Nicholas Jackson, he's worked with the manager before, and he's not the sort of character to be playing third choice striker. You can tell he's got a bit about him, the red cards he's received. I'm sure he's probably told the manager, like, how dare you leave me out? How dare you bringing 2 other strikers in front of me. So I could see why the manager wants him out, because I can imagine he could be a problem around the dressing room if he's not the star man.
But he won't be the star man of Villa, though, will he?
I know, but maybe Aston Villa in Europa League now, there's a chance. And also, Gesson can play off the left, off the right. So maybe he would be the second choice striker behind Watkins. And you never know with injuries as well. But like he says, he will not be the star man at Villa. It will be Ollie Watkins still.
All right. Sam, nice one. We'll see you now a wee bit. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Single Sam there. We'll be back around. What?
Do you have to, Al?
You have to put the single in
Yeah,
front.
do you have to do single? Come on, I'm trying to establish myself as a presenter.
I said who's on today and said single Sam's doing the back pages. That was a producer.
Bang out of order. I'm trying to establish myself here, Gabby, as a presenter.
All right, speed dating, Sam. Right, coming up 6:28.
The Back Page Review on talkSPORT with Tesco Mobile for Business. Got a side hustle as a Pilates instructor? Stretch your budget with business phone bills for up to 40% less than the big 3 networks. For verification, see tescomobile.com/business.
Over the last few years, Formula One has gone from elitist and insular to a global entertainment brand. The transformation's down to American investment group Liberty Media, who cultivated a new image for the sport since buying it in 2016. Better access to drivers, improved content on social media, and tapping into the US market have given F1 a massive boost in both attention and revenues. But is everyone happy? The fans certainly are, as evidenced by Drive to Survive. Almost 7 million people per season have tuned in to get all the gossip and all the drama from the paddock. The extra exposure means the drivers can demand a higher salary too. In 2010, the top drivers were earning $20 million a year, which isn't bad. But now, the very best earn 3 times that, with Max Verstappen getting a whopping $65 million in 2025. But money doesn't always buy happiness. Some drivers, including Verstappen, don't like the pageantry the changes have brought about. In Las Vegas in 2023, Verstappen said the drivers were made to look like clowns, and the event was 99% performance and 1% race. Some purists who still watch the sport feel the same, and that the spirit of competition has suffered. But Formula One and Liberty Media don't look like slowing down anytime soon. So expect more races, major events and exclusive access in future.
This is talkSPORT Breakfast with Arnold Clark. Get the UK's best used car deals guaranteed. Gabby's alongside me. The NFL returns to Wembley in October as the LA Rams take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. And we have a huge competition to win VIP tickets. This is great. If you're into it, it's brilliant. That's right, we're giving you a chance to win 6 seats in a private box at Wembley Stadium. Full hospitality plus $5,000 spending money. Here's how you enter.
18 plus, UK excluding Northern Ireland. For a chance to win, text the word cash to 83338 and you're in the draw. Text costs £2 plus 1 standard network rate message. You must have the bill payer's permission or enter for free by calling 0330 880 338. All entries must be received by 25th August at 11 p.m. This is a talkSPORT limited promotion run on talkSPORT, Talk and Virgin Radio UK stations. See talksport.com for terms and conditions.
Now, it's been an awful summer so far for Spurs, missing out on Eze to rivals Arsenal, and of course missing out on Morgan Gibbs-White too early in the summer, don't forget. But might things be about to look up? Aston Villa superstar Morgan Rogers might be on his way to North London, would you believe? Here's talkSPORT's transfer correspondent Ben Jacobs and whether that potential transfer could it happen?
Yeah, I think Morgan Rogers is a dream target for Tottenham, and if he becomes available for Chelsea and for several other clubs around the world. But it's a huge if, especially this late in the window. And I sense from Aston Villa's perspective that they're okay as far as PSR is concerned. Maybe not so healthy they can go out there and spend 70, 100 million in the last 10 days of the window. But I also think they're in a strong enough position for the last financial year that's closed and this current financial year that they won't need to cash in on Morgan Rogers. And even if they chose to, I think that the volume of interest and the price would not necessarily make Tottenham front runners.
Gabby, how good is he, Morgan Rogers?
An outstanding talent. I mean, the rise since he joined from Middlesbrough keeps improving. Some games he's not at his best. I mean, last week in the game against Newcastle, kept giving the ball away at times. But that's what you'll get with Morgan Rogers. You can sort of see how, within the first 5-10 minutes, what sort of game he's going to have. Yeah. You know, if he starts the game off and the first time he takes someone on, he gets past them, you know he's going to have the best game possible. But if he starts off a bit sloppy, then he can sometimes continue into the rest of his performance. But I think he's an outstanding talent, running with the ball, strength, can score goals, assists as well. Aston Villa are fine now with PSR because of the sales of Ramsey, sales of Leon Bailey.
If he leaves.
Yeah, but he won't. He won't, especially not this summer. I feel that, like Ben says there, PSR, Aston Villa are fine now. And the price that Aston Villa would want for him, you're talking 100 million now. So,
really?
So I don't think clubs are going to pay that this summer.
How disappointed were you with the Newcastle game?
It felt like a pre-season game. It was really poor. Both teams, though, it was slow. Every little 5-yard pass, Alan, every player was passing it to the opposition, controlling it out of play. It was so sloppy that I'm sure Villa fans were thinking, was this the last game pre-season? Does the season start this weekend? But we've seen a lot of that over last weekend. Like you said, Saka wasn't at his best, Declan Rice. Sometimes you need 3 or 4 games to get into a season.
I agree, yeah.
So I'm sure they'll be better this weekend against
Brentford away on Saturday, expecting a better performance and a win. Is it a must-win? Not must-win, but are you expecting a win, Gab?
I'm expecting a win, but you're going to see a different Brentford, I'm sure. They were so poor in their first game. I'm sure if you're speaking to Keith Andrews, he's saying to his players, we need better. We need to win our first home game of the season. So it won't be easy, but Wissa, would he be involved? We know they've lost Norgard. We know they've lost Mbumo.
It's a nightmare for Brentford fans.
Yeah, they brought in a few players, but we still got to wait to see if they're going to be up to the level of the players that have left. But it'll be a tough game, but I expect Aston Villa to find a way to get the result.
Okay. 6:38 now. The York Festival is well underway. What a crowd, by the way, and what a week it's been so far. Mini Hawk took the feature race yesterday, the Yorkshire Oaks, again for Ballydoyle for trainer Aidan O'Brien and jockey Ryan Moore. So ahead of another great day's racing at York, let's cross over to talkSPORT's racing commentator, big Villa fan, Rupert Ding Dong Bell. Rupert, very good morning, Rup.
Good morning, Rupert Bell.
Good morning, Gabby Agbonlahor. And just happened to say, waking up with news that people are trying to sniff around Morgan Rogers and want to buy him is very depressing indeed. But he's not going anywhere.
No,
Morgan,
no chance.
Please stay. He is our main man, and it's been a quiet summer. Morgan, please, nowhere does he need
He's
to
going
leave.
nowhere, Rupert.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Gabby.
Yeah, Rupert,
I'm sure you've got
put the ball away. You're here to talk racing. Oh, dear.
Okay. Right, anyway, but sorry.
Highlights of day yesterday, Rupert. What do you reckon? Great crowds, by the way.
Great, wonderful. And today will be even better. And tomorrow, of course, it's the big one, the Ebor, in terms of the sort of programme. But Mini Hawk was excellent yesterday, really competitive racing. And Mini Hawk, she showed what a good horse she is.
Just at one stage, Rup, at one stage I thought the Grey, the second favourite, was just going to get on top of her, but she dug deep and Ryan just punched her home.
Couldn't disagree with you more. I thought Strange moved upside, and you thought, hang on here, this might be more of a competitive race than you think. But she's got a lovely resilience about her, Mini Hawk, and I think that's what stands her in good stead, maybe for the Arc later on this year.
Yeah.
So I think a good performance. Yes, it was a muddling sort of only 4 runners. It didn't attract a quality field, but she proved that she's the pick of the crop. So fair play to her. Aidan O'Brien obviously will be looking forward to an interesting autumn campaign.
Do you know it's fantastic? We should tell the listeners, Rupert, Aidan O'Brien, okay, so he trains over at Coolmore, Ballydoyle, over in Ireland. So he'll be watching his gallops this morning, jump in the private jet, come over racing, get the racing done, back in the jet, back over for evening stables, right? He'll watch the gallops again tomorrow and back again. He's unbelievable. He's a machine.
And a relentless. Okay, he's got all the backing that he needs, so he doesn't worry. He can hop into his plane. Probably an hour from Coolmore, be at York by, can leave at midday, get there for 1:30. Thank you very much. Horses will be there, but today we've got the Nunthorpe, the Fast and Furious Sprint, and I don't want to worry about Aidan O'Brien anymore. I hope Michael Bell will win the Nunthorpe with Spicy Marg, who was a good winner at Goodwood, good winner at Newmarket early on in this season. A 2-year-old taking on the older sprinters. Lady Iman is another juvenile doing that. 2007 was the last time a 2-year-old won this race. They get a huge weight for age allowance, which stands them in good stead. So I'm hopeful that Spicy Marg might run a big race, although Lady Iman of the 2-year-olds is the shorter priced of the two. But it's a very interesting race with Asphora from Australia. Richard Hughes has got an interesting runner, but that will be the highlight today at 3:35. The Nunthorpe, great race, and very competitive it is too.
And then, Rupert, just building up, because I'm not on tomorrow, building up to the Ebor tomorrow, would there be another Irish win, do you think?
They dominate the race thick and thin tomorrow. Willie Mullins has got the favourite. There's so many Irish horses in it. It almost seems like a sort of, when you go to the Cheltenham Festival, it's all the Irish horses dominating that. and the E-ball looks no different tomorrow. Plenty of them coming over. Willie Mullins, well, I think he's got the top 2 in the market. He's won this race many times, and I have to say, I would expect it. Which one? I'm not sure yet, but they are going to dominate the E-ball tomorrow. But obviously, that will be the highlight tomorrow when for another huge crowd coming for the big day tomorrow.
We'll have it a little each way bet on our horse from Newcastle Stud, Shadow Dance, Roger Varian. Big price, 16 to 1. I think he'll run a big race, Rupert. I think he could run into a place, I'm hoping.
Yeah, didn't he run? He ran all right at Goodwood, didn't he? You were
Yes.
there that day, and he didn't quite get the run of the race, if my memory serves me correct.
And it was a bit short as well, but he does like York. Listen, he's a gutsy horse, and he's been laid out for this race, so he'll run all right.
Right, are you going to make the journey and enjoy a bit of owners and trainers hospitality, or are you going to be sitting with the bosom of your family tomorrow?
No, not sitting in the bosom. I'll be up the pub watching because my wife has categorically said you're not going anywhere.
Okay, right.
Wow.
Well, you're obviously going to the pub, though.
Oh, yeah, that's different. Rather than go all the way. I'd rather beat York, to be honest. I'd rather jump in the old Rattler and get up there and
don't let
savour
people
it
tell
all.
you what to do, mate.
What?
Don't let people tell you what to do. You want to go, you go, mate. Right?
Oh, yeah, Gab.
Yeah, come
It's a man who's been divorced 3 times. So,
come on, Alan, show some chutzpah. Get on the train tomorrow and come to York. The people of York can't wait to see you.
Alan.
Well, Rupert, this is a tactics today. Pick an argument, pick a fight, and then I'm off.
Good lad. That's better.
Then I'm off.
That's more like it, isn't it, Rupert?
Yeah, come on. Man or a mouse? What are you? Come on,
Rupert,
Alan.
I have to leave you there because this poxy headphone, this earpost, I'm chucking it. I've had enough. Rupert, have a great day today.
Rupert.
Good luck with your brother's horse, 6:45.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Download the new improved app to easily manage your accounts and quotes.
My friend, football friend. Oh, best friends forever and ever.
Right, still to come on breakfast. Gabby's new best mate, Harry. All right, Harry. Harry Redknapp will be with us to preview that game and give us his take on a couple of his former clubs, Tottenham and West Ham. A big game this is, especially for West Ham, who both face big tests. Tottenham against City and Chelsea-West Ham London derby, respectively, live on talkSPORT. And we'll have some fun with everyone's favourite new feature, Genie Gab. Yes, don't miss that one. That was a look ahead on talkSPORT with our good friends at Travis Perkins.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Doing what matters for the trade with easy delivery tracking and 2-hour delivery time slots. Terms and conditions apply.
This is the talkSPORT Goal Show. It's the show for the fans that's done by the fans.
Yes! Oh! Oh my God! Yes! Yes! Yes!
He is an unlocker of defences. That.
If you've got a problem or something to say,
You don't have the right to say anything about something. I do.
This nonsense kills the game.
Good morning, 6:50. Right, Gabby alongside me this Friday morning. Right, what do we know about this Friday? Well, Jean-Philippe Mateta scored Palace's first European goal as they began the Conference League campaign, a 1-0 victory against Fredrikstad. Harry Maguire has hinted at a desire to sign a new contract at United, saying it'd be silly to leave when his current deal expires next summer. And Chelsea manager Enzo Maresca would rather risk a striker crisis than keep unhappy pair Nicholas Jackson and Nkunku. One away forwards, Jackson and Nkunku, will be left out of this Blues squad for tonight's trip to West Ham, despite both being fit. But Maresca has also said they need a new centre-half.
I said, and I repeat again, probably I need to improve my English. We are looking for internal solution, and we see if something happen.
Yeah, Gab, Colville been out. What is Chelsea's best centre-back partnership?
Well, they've got Al, Fofana, Badiashile, Achimang, Tosin, Disasi. So they've got 5 options, but all 5 options for me, they're not on the level of
average.
Saliba.
Good players, but average.
Gabriel, Van Dijk, Kanate. They're not on that level. I'd have Gahey over any of those centre-halves. So I feel like Chelsea's problem this season as well will be the 2 centre-half playing partners. I think it will be Tosin. He seems to play a lot as well. I forgot Chalobah. Sorry, Chalobah as well. So I think it will be maybe Tosin and Chalobah as the favourites too. But if you wanted a left footer, you'd have Badiashile on that left-hand side. But I couldn't tell you well. I feel like they're all decent centre-halves, but none of them are top.
Yeah. Okay, right. For more on today's biggest stories, head over to our website, talksport.com. Right. Single Sam is back with us for a bit of this.
Pop in my CD and let me run around and put your car on cruise and lay back, cause this is summertime.
Sam. Gabby gets away with it. You don't.
What do you mean?
You don't. Old Daddy Cool here gets away with it. He's got rhythm. You're all over the shop. You look as if you're bringing in a jumbo jet.
I've got rhythm, haven't I?
No.
I was trying to get down with the Gabster.
If you do that on a date, mate, the lady will be like, yeah, man, he's got a bit about him.
Yeah, here we go. What do you know, Al, about rhythm? I mean, come on. Ooh. No, I mean, it's,
Yeah, well, I don't dance to this sort of stuff, do I?
What sort of stuff do you dance to, then?
Well, I'm 70s, 70s and 80s, you know.
A bit of old school stuff. Sinatra. Yeah.
But you're not any of this, are you?
No, to be fair, not massively my cup of tea, no.
So it's one of them songs, though, isn't it?
It's easy to bop to, isn't it? Yeah.
Bop.
There we go.
Not boppies?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you bop for it? Well, it's Friday morning. It's 6:52, so let's have some fun, shall we? Some fun stories from the front pages. Or maybe this isn't so fun. Stressed Brits do not truly relax on holiday until the 6th day, a survey has revealed.
Oh, I get that. No, I get that.
Fretting about finances, packing and work took their toll on the 2,000 adults quizzed. But I understand, Al, the build-up to the holiday is pretty stressful, getting everything all good. Well, but once you're there, though...
The worst part of a holiday is getting to the airport and getting through passport control. Sure. It's an absolute disgrace.
It's horrendous, mate. I hate travelling for that reason. You know, just getting to the airport and the queue.
No, I get it. It's busy, isn't it?
Passport control on the other side, and everyone's rushing off the plane, and all that travelling doesn't make sense.
I understand that being stressful, but it says here, do not truly until the 6th day. Surely once you're there, you're in your hotel, you're unpacked.
No, I'm with that. It takes me a few days to chill out, yeah.
Well, what are you stressed about when you
What's the problem, mate?
What's the problem? Jill does everything for you anyway, so...
No, that's where we're going to go and what we're going to do tomorrow, and it's one after the other.
If the lobster's cooked correctly.
Just chill out, man. Just chill out. Have a glass of whatever, sangria or a glass of wine. Just chill out. Let's just go down the beach we know. Oh, no, I've done that. I want to do something else.
Who's that, Jill?
Oh, I want to do something else. Let's go somewhere different. No, I don't want to go anywhere different because I know what this is like and I'm comfortable there.
So basically, what gets you stressed is Jill moaning?
No, it's just I just want to be not left alone. That's the wrong word. I just want to, just say I'm quite happy here. Leave me alone. If you want to go for a walk for 3 miles along the beach, go and have a walk.
Yeah. You want to
leave me alone. I want to chill. Yeah.
You want to sit by the pool with a glass of wine,
or
cold
by the
wine,
beach,
enjoy the sunshine.
I like people watching. I read a little bit, and watch again.
You like people watching at the beach?
Cappuccinos.
Yeah. Another story for you in the papers today.
Kappa what?
Cappuccinos?
No,
not for you.
No.
Does he look like a cappuccino? It's not really. It's more of a glass of wine, and that keeps you happy, doesn't it?
Within reason. Yeah, come on, Sam.
Families are ditching summer holidays for fun-packed music festivals. Most parents said they think partying beats traditional holidays abroad because they expose kids to new cultures and create stronger memories. Almost half consider festivals a full replacement for summer jollies. Gabs, Al, summer holidays, festival holidays?
Summer holidays.
Surely summer holidays.
Any day of the week.
Yeah, it's not for me. Glastonbury, and all that.
Not for me, mate.
Listen, it's great music, but you're stuck in a field. You're sitting, you're standing there with people alongside you. You need a pee, you can't get there. You need a pint, you can't get there. What? How enjoyable is that? It's not.
I said the exact same thing on the early breakfast show. I cannot get my head around festivals and why they're so popular.
I don't like them, man.
Have you ever been to one, Gabs?
No. Not for me, man. I'm with Al. By the time I've had a drink, I'll be on my way to the toilet again. Excuse me, out the way. Sorry, excuse me.
But you can't get to the toilets.
Exactly.
Because it's so cramped.
So what do people do then?
Well, I think, I'm not too sure about that.
Go on, Sam.
Well, I've never been to a festival, so I wouldn't know.
Well, you smiled there when I said, what do people do then?
Well, they probably have to walk a long way and then queue for the toilets.
No, you get your little bottle out, don't you?
And then lob it.
Carry on.
You never. We're done.
The end.
Yeah, the end.
I'm only joking.
No. Everyone goes to the toilet correctly.
Sam doesn't smoke. Right, Harry Redknapp coming up, Ugo Monya, and we'll talk summer spending. Leeds United have signed AC Milan striker Oka for £18 million.
Who?
I think. Oka? What do you mean who?
I'm saying who?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know.
Never heard of him, mate.
Oka.
Yeah.
You never heard of Oka?
No.
Good player.
Oh, yeah.
Good player. Great.
How many goals he scored?
He got 17 last year.
Great first touch. Great stats.
3 minutes to 7. Does anyone know who he is?
Tyson Fury, Floyd Mayweather, Canelo Alvarez. Just hearing these names makes you think money and the hundreds of millions of dollars, pounds or Saudi riyals in boxing. But that's at the top. At the bottom, it isn't quite the same. Even for those on the rise, there's not an awful lot of cash in the boxing world. And if you're just starting out, well, it can be a very costly exercise indeed. But don't take my word for it. Here's the former European champion, talkSPORT's Spencer Oliver.
You're turning professional and you're boxing, let's say, York Hall on a non-televised fight. You have to sell tickets to earn any money, but you have to cover the wages of your opponent as well. So if you don't have the ability to be able to sell enough tickets, you effectively have to pay to fight.
A far cry then from Jake Paul facing Mike Tyson in 2024, when the purse was reported to be around £48 million. But the vast amounts of cash lining the top dog's pockets isn't the norm in a typical fight.
Let's say you're lucky and you get between 5 and 10 grand. You're going to get 10 grand max for that. 10% goes to the trainer, 25% goes to the manager. Then we've got the tax man to pay as well. So we're cutting that money in at least half. So now you've got 5 grand for a 10-week camp. So you're talking about a guy here earning, he might be clearing 500 quid a week. How do you support a family on that? So boxers chase the dream. And, you know, there's probably 2% of them that actually make it.
So say you do make it and you start to rise up the ranks. Strikers Boxing, a training academy, says the mid-tier fighters can earn more, somewhere between £10,000 and £50,000 a fight, depending on record, profile, opponent and popularity of weight class. It's only at the top level does the real cash start flowing in, with the top-tier professionals, i.e. those going for titles, earning 6 figures a fight. Something else you'll have heard of is the terms prize fighter or journeyman. A prize fighter is, as it sounds, someone who picks up fights where they can and gets a nice big check if they win. Journeymen are the fighters who take on up-and-comers, effectively used for experience in the ring. Even if they're going up against the real prospects, a young Anthony Joshua, for example, these guys will be lucky to earn more than 10 grand. So the average boxer isn't as rich as you'd think.
Where have you been?
Say again.
Where have you been?
Discussing the next part of the show with the producers. Yeah.
Excuse me, what is there to discuss?
Our amazing guests we've got coming on.
Really?
Yeah.
Don't you think you should be talking to me about that?
Sorry, mate. I went behind your back to the producers. Sorry, Mr. Brazil.
This is talkSPORT Breakfast with me, Alan Brazil Gabby Agbonlahor, a host of producers and the Arnold Clark app. Buy a car and opt into Arnold Clark Rewards to enjoy access to great giveaways and everyday perks on the way for you this morning. So if you'd only asked me, Gabby, I'd tell you.
Mate. Sorry.
We're going to be joined right here in the studio by former Tottenham and Egypt striker Mido. You'll no doubt have an opinion on Tottenham somehow missing out on Eze. We'll get to hear Gabby try out some famous commentary lines. After his disastrous debut, it didn't go to plan last week. Oh, I'm only kidding. And little Sam will also be with us for this week's Cost of the Commentator. Parlour's already been on, said, don't let that Gabby let me down. Don't let him. All right, Ray. No pressure, Gab, but Ray's battered him last week, as he does every week.
Battered him last week as well?
Oh, little Sam comes in with all the stats. Ray just off the cuff, bang, does him.
You can't call him little Sam. He's not little. He's not easy. Sam Matterface isn't little.
It's little Sam. Stop butting
you're out of
in.
order, Al.
First, we're going to kick off and build up to tomorrow's lunchtime cracker with TNT Sports.
Breakfast football preview on talkSPORT with TNT Sports. Get a comprehensive range of elite domestic and European club football all in one place. TNT Sports, not normal. Subscription required. 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Well, I didn't think I'd be reading this out. It is Manchester City 0, Tottenham 4.
Honestly, the Premier League, it never fails to deliver.
Oh, Spurs have got an equaliser. You cannot believe it. 3-3.
Pep's kryptonite.
Docker with a low ball in, and Haaland will score.
I expect Man City to be a force.
I cannot assure you, but the signals is, we'll be better.
Balls 0, City 4.
Man City suddenly back in the equation.
Charlison just helped himself to his second. This time, it is a brilliant overhead kick. Thomas Frank's tenure as Spurs boss in the Premier League is off to a flyer.
It's always about winning. Okay, we need to make the team win.
Right footed swinging cross, and Kudus is there.
You look at that squad and the talk of 1 or 2 more signings coming in. Yeah, I can see them in the top 6 this year.
I think they'll have a really, really, really good season. We'll do everything we can to beat City next Saturday.
Yeah, two sides who started with big opening day wins go head-to-head tomorrow lunchtime here on talkSPORT. We'll focus on Tottenham, who head into the game fresh off the back of missing out on Eze to Arsenal. It led to a huge backlash from Spurs fans towards Daniel Levy, but Simon Jordan isn't so sure he's to blame.
You're assuming that it was a done deal, that it was an absolute done deal, that everything had been agreed with Palace, everything had been agreed with the player. This is the characterisation that we are being led to believe is the case. And I doubt it's like that. But for the purpose of those that want to bark at the moon and say Daniel Levy is an incompetent, let's just say that's absolutely right. If everything was agreed and the player was as happy as a sandboy and everyone had agreed their money and the clubs had agreed their money and the transfer deals had been structured in such a way, then Tottenham have failed. If it's actually more convoluted than that, that it wasn't quite agreed, that there was in the background an opportunity for Eze to talk to Arsenal that the agent knew about and that Palace knew about, and that Palace were not interested in where the 8th player went, they were interested in getting the maximum they could from the deal, and they had an opportunity to play Arsenal against Tottenham, that's probably more likely how it is. Now, if you want to blame Levy, if you want to say Levy, well, Levy should have just gone in and bid 75 million quid and blown them all out of the water.
Do you know what? That's where I think Simon's at his best, when he's talking about players and contracts and buying and selling and dealing with agents. I think that's where he's got great expertise, having owned Crystal Palace. Now, Glenn Hoddle was on yesterday, and Glenn said he'd heard ages ago that Eze was going to Arsenal, not Tottenham. So maybe it's not as clear-cut as what we're reading.
Yes, it can be, but
about that U-turn at the last minute.
For me, Havertz's injury and then Arsenal getting a deal done means to me that they wouldn't have gone in for him if Havertz was fit.
Oh,
maybe they were happy with the squad of players that they've got.
He'd have been on their radar, though, wouldn't he?
Yeah, the radar, but maybe they wouldn't have wanted to go and spend the 65, 67 million that is going to cost. And maybe Spurs taking their time a bit. But Simon will always defend Daniel, won't he?
Why?
It's his mate.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
How do you know that?
I know, mate. Telling you.
I didn't know that.
Didn't you? Okay.
Right, if you were a Spurs fan, would you be blaming Daniel Levy, Gab?
I would be, yes, because James Maddison got injured, missed out on Morgan Gibbs-White. You know, fans are upset with missing out on him. Maddison gets injured. Go in there, get the deal done. You know what Crystal Palace want for the player. You're trying to maybe penny pinch. That's obviously
is an Arsenal fan.
I know, but wasn't Jamie Carragher an Everton fan and played for Liverpool? So players will put that to the side and go and play for the rival club. A lot of players will, so I don't think that mattered to him. If Arsenal were interested at the same time Spurs were, then of course Arsenal is going to be his choice. But at that time when Maddison got injured 22, 23 days ago, Spurs had a chance to get it done and they didn't. That's what frustrates the fans.
Let me, because Steve's went to talk to as a Tottenham fan. And be honest here, Gab, if you're Eze, who'd you go to if you have the choice of Spurs or Arsenal? You're going to go to Arsenal.
Oh, of course you are.
Arsenal are a better side at the moment. At the moment, definitely.
They've finished runners-up 3 years in a row. They're closer to winning the Premier League. They're Champions League season after season. So, of course, you're going to pick Arsenal over Spurs, even if you wasn't a fan of Arsenal, let alone being let go by them at 13 and your favourite player was Thierry Henry. It all adds up to the perfect end to the story. Go and play
let me take a quick call. Yep. Steve is a Tottenham fan. I'll be interested in what Steve thinks about this. Steve, very good morning, Steve.
Good morning, Steve.
Morning, Alan. Morning, Gabby. Yeah, I mean, I think we're going to track down Dubois trying to get another signing. But anyway, my idea is that if the transfer window closes in a few days, let's get them to stuttering. Anyway, and the players that are out of contract might not have a look down there rather than spending 80 million pound on players who may not be playing in the Premier League. If it looks at the out of contract players, see which players are available, i.e. someone like Dele Alli, get them in, have a medical, make sure they're physically fit, and then they go for an interview and see what their motivation is. And rather than give them a long-term contract, pay them as a pay-as-you-play.
You want to go for a player that it's not worked for him in recent years. Latest club, Como's not worked for him. I'm sure Spurs fans love Dele Alli, but I don't think he's the solution, mate.
Well, there might be others, Gabby, mightn't there?
Yeah.
There might be others, right? Players that, have been let go by their clubs for one reason or another. We're getting near the end of the transfer window, and I mean, we're going to be scratching around or panicking, and players have got. Clubs are going to put their prices up because they know we want.
Well, Steve, that transfer window is very interesting, right? Very interesting, because I'm a great believer. When the season starts, that's it till January.
I agree.
All this nonsense, upsetting players, upsetting managers, coaches, especially managers, right? You suddenly lose one, maybe two of your best players. What? All that pre-season, that planning is out the window. Why did they do it? Why don't they just say, right, first game, kicks off, a Friday night, bang, that's it. Transfer window shut till January. Right, let's say a very good... honestly, let's say a very good morning. Former Tottenham West Ham manager Harry Redknapp joins us. Harry, good morning, Harry.
Gabby, good morning.
Good morning, Harry.
Harry, have you had your morning swim?
No, I'm not this morning, no. I think... it's a lovely morning. I could have gone, but no, I think they were in a bit early this morning. And as I was going to speak to you, lads, I cancelled it. But I think they were in at 6:30 this morning, so it was very early.
Wow. My problem with down that beautiful part of the world, Harry, is you're getting some riffraff like Gabby turning up now.
Gabby was down here. We had a coffee the other morning. It was great to see him.
Yes, my pleasure, mate.
Into the paddle tennis, isn't he? They're all playing this. This seems to be the new thing now. Take it off.
Gabby, he says it's a great part of the world, Harry. I've only been there a couple of times. It does look beautiful. Anyway, moving on, right? So 2-year-old clubs, West Ham against Spurs. I'm trying to find something positive here. Sorry, West Ham, Chelsea, and Tottenham going to Man City, which is a difficult game, although last year was brilliant. Just on West Ham, Harry, let's start with that. So it's a big game. It's a London derby. Chelsea come. I really feel I'm worried about West Ham, and I said earlier, if Bowen was to get injured, what are they going to do?
Absolutely. I'm looking at the team at the moment, and they do look short out. I mean, that was a disastrous first game, wasn't it? Sunderland away to get beat 3-0. And the fans, if they turn and they're not happy after 5 or 6 games, then it could be trouble there at West Ham. So let's hope they can pick up a positive result against Chelsea. Won't be easy, but great atmosphere there. And, when that crowd get behind you, they'll push them on, hopefully. And I'm looking forward to the game tonight. It should be an interesting game. I think maybe, I don't know, at the moment, I couldn't say that I've got real confidence that West Ham will win, but I don't know, maybe a draw tonight. I watched Chelsea last Sunday. They weren't over impressive either against Crystal Palace. So, let's hope West Ham can get some points tonight.
Spurs shocked the nation, didn't they, last year up at Manchester City? What a result that was, by the way. But everyone's talking about, Palace's Eze. It looks now he's going to Arsenal instead of Spurs. Now, Glenn Hodder was on yesterday, Harry, and he said he heard ages ago that he was going to Arsenal, not Tottenham. Was that a surprise to you? And what does that mean to Tottenham fans now? They've missed out on Gibbs White, and now they're missing out on Eze.
Yeah, no, Al, it's a big blow, obviously, but it took so long, didn't it? When transfers drag on and don't get done, you invite other people in. People see it and suddenly They think, oh, hang on, it might be a Man City, it might be a Man United. I tell you what, you know, let's have a. You've got to get in, get them done. I'll get them over the line. When they're not done, you can be. I remember, you know, going back to transfers, Tottenham, Michael Carrick on his way down to Portsmouth back in the day when I managed Portsmouth. Michael's on the way up the motorway. And suddenly Daniel Levy sees on the TV that he's coming down from medical to Portsmouth. He's at West Ham at that time. And Daniel thought, well, Harry knows him. He managed him at West Ham. He's not surely not going to take him to Portsmouth if he doesn't think he's... And the manager at Tottenham at the time, I think it was Santini, didn't even know him.
Yeah.
They took the right gamble. They took a gamble. Daniel bought him, nicked him off us. But that's how it goes. Until they're over the line, until they've signed on that dotted line, you're open to them, this type of thing happening. It's a blow for Tottenham, for sure.
Harry, the likes of Daniel, you know... If you're manager of Spurs, can you say to Daniel, come on, chairman, what's happening? Get it done. Get it done. Can you prompt him like that, or did you just say leave it?
But there must be a problem, Al, somewhere at the other end, or with the agent, or with the... Why is it, you know, if you meet if you agree the terms, then the first thing you do, you meet the player. Obviously, listen, the deals, they've already spoke to the player, the club. We all know what... The agent would have the figures from Tottenham that Tottenham are going to pay. It's all done before you actually sign on the dotted line. But then, for whatever reason, they're probably hung about waiting for Arsenal to come in. If he's an Arsenal fan, he sees Arsenal maybe as a team that could win the league this year, the Premier League, and he's hung on. And maybe he's had the word from Arsenal, look, don't dive in. You know, we're still interested. It's a shame for Tottenham, obviously. It's a big shame for Crystal Palace. Let's be honest. How does their manager feel? You know, he's lost his best player right on the eve of the window closing. So it's been a big blow for Crystal Palace. Although someone did tell me in the week, I met somebody very well connected at Palace, and they said they felt that the manager wouldn't lose any sleep over it because he plays a very structured game, very structured team, and is a bit of a free spirit. Is a fantastic talent, but he likes to have a really more structured team. So he feels that. It's not the end of the world for Palace, so it'll be interesting to see how it all pans out. But I think Arsenal will sign a good player for sure.
Harry, I've got a break, which I'm gutted to do. I need more time with you. Just one last one, Harry. Today at York, what's your nap? What do you fancy?
I'm just about to get my Racing Post and have a study up and have a cup of coffee and read the Racing Post and pick my bets out for the day.
Yeah, well, I decided to go through the Racing Post yesterday. Nothing to do with the paper, but... it's the most expensive paper I ever bought in my life yesterday.
If I'd have took out a pension plan when I was 15, it would be worth millions now. £5.20 every day on the Racing Post. You'd have had about a £6 million, insurance policy.
Harry, enjoy
Thank you,
today.
Harry.
And
Top man.
Enjoy tonight.
Thank you, Harry.
Enjoy the London Derby tonight as well. It's a big weekend and some cracking games. We're going to go through them all.
Let me have a question with my new mate.
No, because he told me, he said to me, oh, come on, but I've had enough of Gabby, right? 7:17.
Breakfast football preview on talkSPORT with TNT Sports. Get a comprehensive range of elite domestic and European club football all in one place. TNT Sports, not normal. Subscription required. 18+ terms and conditions apply.
This is the talkSPORT Goal Show. It's the show for the fans that's done by the fans.
Yes! Oh! Oh my God! Yes! Yes! Yes!
He is an unlocker of defences.
If you've got a problem or something to say,
You don't have the right to say anything about something. I do.
This nonsense kills the game.
See, this is music, Gab.
Yeah, what is this?
My little whatever it is.
What's this?
Elvis? What's wrong with you? It's a bit of Floyd, you tube.
Floyd who? Merrill. Floyd who?
I'm not talking to you. You clearly are clueless when it comes to music. Hey?
I like it though.
Of course you like it. They're world superstars,
70s,
Pink Floyd.
80s?
70s, I think.
70s?
Yeah.
I know, mate.
They had a brilliant album. In fact, was it before the 70s or early 70s? Dark Side of the Moon. Whoa, what an album that was.
It's a bit of you at a bar, you know.
Or at home. You know, I can listen to that on my own, just sit or in the garden, just with the headphones on, listening to this.
Not your bar at home?
Yeah.
That's what I meant, yeah.
talkSPORT Breakfast, Gabby's alongside me. Now, the Premier League's transfer spending spree. See that? Money, that's what we're talking about. Premier League's transfer spending spree has reached record levels with more than a week of trading to go as promoted. Leeds United have signed AC Milan forward Noah Okafor for £18 million to push the total spending. Wait, hear this, £2.37 billion. Wow. Old Noah, he pushed the total spend beyond £2.37 billion. Do you think the Premier League will ever be stopped as the world's biggest league? Is it always going to be like this?
Oh, 100%. I mean, when I look back at being a child, Al, remember the Italian league was the top league?
Yeah.
Do you remember AC Milan?
Juventus?
Yeah, Juventus. Inter Milan, when Ronaldo was at Inter Milan. But now, Premier League for sure, and that's only going to keep going up. Because even with these crazy rules we've got now with PSR, look how much we're spending, 2.37 billion. Obviously, inflation as well, prices of players will definitely go up year after year. So that doesn't surprise me that we're spending that amount of money, because even clubs like Sunderland, over £100 million spent. You have to.
Even? What do you mean even, Gabby? Sunderland's a big club.
They've just come up, and it's a lot of money. Some clubs come up and don't spend much because they're like Norwich, for instance. Sheffield United, they don't come up and spend over 100 million. Sunderland have had a right go. Yeah, Leeds won't spend that.
Now on to, I didn't realise we've got the Women's Rugby World Cup, and England head into the home World Cup as red hot favourites,
Yes.
Gabby. You didn't know that, did you? Amid record-breaking ticket sales, good, and optimism of women's rugby hitting new heights. The Red Roses have swept aside all before them since suffering defeat to New Zealand in the final of the 2022 tournament. They take on the USA tonight, and former England and Harlequins winger Ugo Monye joins us now. Ugo, a very good morning, Ugo.
Good morning, Ugo.
Good morning, Alan. Morning, Gabby. How
Morning,
are you getting
mate.
on?
Ugo, England deserve favourites in your opinion?
Yeah, 100%. They've won the last 27 matches, the last 7 Grand Slams in the Six Nations. They're the world number one, and a home tournament as well. as you've already mentioned, record-breaking attendances, 375,000 tickets already been sold before a ball's even been kicked. So we just need to galvanise the nation to get behind them ahead of tonight's game up against USA and hopefully for the next 4 or 5 weeks.
Hugo, tell me, where's the game's been held? What stadiums we're using?
So Sunderland of Light is where tonight's opener is going to be. Anne-Marie, the global superstar, she's kicking off a performance there. So there's 8 different destinations: Ashton Gate, Bristol, down to Sandy Park in Exeter, the Amex Stadium, Brighton, and the final's going to be held at the Allianz Stadium, which is already sold out. So record-breaking 82,000 are going to be there for that final.
Well, that's great news.
How good are New Zealand? Because we lost to New Zealand, didn't we, in the final of the 2022 tournament?
Mate, we've lost the last 3 finals to them. They're a brilliant tournament team. They're absolutely exceptional, and I think they're world number 3. Canada world number 2 at the moment. They're the current world champions. They'll be coming here with a huge amount of positivity. Of course, everyone's talking about the Red Roses, and rightly so. But they'll just be quietly confident, knowing that they'll be able to hit their straps as and when we get into that knockout stage.
Hugo, is it very similar to the men's game? Look, we know physically. The men's game's a lot, how do I say this without getting in trouble, but more physical, tougher, stronger. But the ladies, is it based on the men's games?
Do you know what? It is, but for anyone tuning in tonight or over the next few weeks, it is the same sport, but it's played wildly different. I look at the Red Roses and they're as physical as anything that you'll see. But in terms of ball in play, we talk about that a lot. You see a lot more ball movement, a lot more passing, a lot more tries. It is wildly different. I mean, physiologically, men are so different to women. So they play the game in a slightly different way, but it is just as entertaining. So for anyone who's brand new into the sport or hasn't watched women's rugby, I would just dare anyone just to give it a go.
Yeah, Hugo, what about kicks? You know, penalties and stuff like that. I'm not being funny here. I'm being honest. Can they whack the ball like the men's can? You know, there's some of these great kicks wide out on the touchline. How they do it, I don't know. Can the ladies get away with that?
Yeah, they do, especially in the Red Roses. I look at some of their plays. Zoe Harrison, who's the number 10 for England, she's exceptional. She gets massive length off her boot. Emily Scarrett's another one. So the range of kicking, actually, from an English perspective, we're able to launch the ball miles. And I'm here at Horton Rugby Club, only a few miles away from the Stadium of Light. There's about 100 young girls out here practicing. They've been out here since 6 o'clock this morning, loving it. The bacon butties as well as the sausage sandwiches are flying. There's loads of parents watching just in front of me right now, and they're loving it. And why I'm here on behalf of National Lottery is really to talk about the connection between grassroots and greats. You guys know exactly what it's like. You've played at the highest level, and for lots of these young girls, they'll be watching the Red Roses play tonight. They'll be inspired, but everyone needs somewhere to start. And this amazing grassroots club, and in front of me right now, they've actually got a clubhouse which is being built, and a lot of that's come down to National Lottery funding.
Brilliant, lovely.
They've done an amazing job, invested £6 billion into grassroots, 170 million into rugby, and a lot of that money's gone into women's and young girls. And these guys now have the opportunity not just to be inspired of what they see in the stadiums and on telly, but be able to start living out some of their dreams.
Lovely. Hugo, enjoy, mate. Thank you very much. Mate. Enjoy. Thank you.
Gabby,
so well done.
Again soon, yeah?
Yes, 100%, mate. I'll be in touch.
Well done to the lottery as well. That's great news, employing money and like that. And of course, with the ladies' football, the women's football, that'll inspire more young ladies to get involved in sport.
And Howe, like you said there, you want the younger generation to be out playing sports. You don't want them stuck inside, flicking through TikTok, playing on PlayStation. You want the younger generation out doing sport, keeping active.
Well, we did, didn't we? We were kids.
Of course, and non-stop in the park. One-man Wembley.
But with the greatest respect, Gabby, it was a lot safer when we were out on the street playing.
We were just allowed at the park, mate. One-man Wembley, keep playing, 6 a.m. till 8 p.m. Go on, come back for dinner.
Correct.
No problem.
Yeah, we can't do that now.
No.
It's shocking.
Yes.
Okay, 7:30.
Corinthian Casuals are a team in the Combined Counties League Premier Division South. Despite that, they're one of the most important clubs in world football. Here's why. The club was formed in 1939 as the result of a merger between Corinthians FC and Casuals FC. Now, Corinthians FC were founded in the late 1800s when the FA's top brass were absolutely sick of getting pumped by Scotland every time they played them. As a result, Nicholas Lane Jackson set up an amateur side which would bring in the best players who could all play for the national side. And it worked. It wasn't long before England were dominating the international fixtures they played, and it was largely down to Corinthians. In fact, in 1894 and 1895, they played consecutive games where Corinthians provided the entire England 11. But the thing is, the players refused to play professional football. They didn't believe in it. They wanted to spread the values of sportsmanship, competition, and played for the love of the game. It also helped most of the players were Oxbridge graduates who didn't need the money, but instead of entering league and cup competitions, they played exhibition football and toured the world, bringing the beautiful game with them. Think of it like the Harlem Globetrotters of football, and it was this which spread the game throughout the world and made it so popular. Most famously, in 1910, they travelled to Brazil, and the locals in Sao Paulo were so impressed they started their own team under the same name. Yes, the same Corinthians who won the FIFA Club World Cup in 2021, one of the biggest clubs in Brazil.
That's a big game, isn't it? Newcastle, Liverpool.
Can't wait.
On Monday.
Monday night.
Yeah, cracker.
Bank holiday Monday. Everyone's got themselves home after a lovely weekend, and you get treated to that game.
Yeah, cracker.
Yes, and the Newcastle will be up for it even more because of Liverpool. All this Isak.
I thought Newcastle played well against Villa, you know. I thought they
well.
could have won.
They were just missing a striker.
This is talkSPORT Breakfast. Me, Brazil, Gabby Agbonlahor and Arnold Clark. Build your own car deal online, all with a few clicks. They make buying your next car easy. Right, let's take you back now let's go back to Wednesday night. You won't believe this. As the chunk, Jamie O'Hara was in classic meltdown mode after finding out Eze would be joining the Arsenal and not Tottenham. The numpty bar was inundated with both Spurs fans and Arsenal fans who are having their say. Also include a familiar voice in Drive's Andy Goldstein, who pretended to be a lifelong Tottenham fan to prank Jamie. He didn't clock on. Surprise, surprise. God, he's a bit dolly, isn't he? And last night the secret was revealed. Have a listen to this.
What an idiot. Sums him up, right? Yeah. You know, and it obviously misses the sports bar because his 4 till 7 shows bang average. But at the end of the day, how are we meant to know that that's Andy Goldstein?
I didn't know. I didn't have a clue.
You did have. I think you did.
Jay,
well, a bit like Noel Gallagher when you didn't know that.
I did. That I said. That's fine.
It's a bit like that one.
Mate, I didn't have a clue.
You didn't know that was him. Why didn't you help me out?
Well, blame Ryan, right? He's the one that pulled me during one of the breaks. Ryan's fairly said, look, Goldstein's going to phone in, so blame Ryan.
Yeah, but you know what?
Right, throw Ryan right under the bus.
The fact that Goldstein wants to phone in, he's got to be better. Do you know what I mean? It weren't a great call. There weren't much about that call that was any good. You know, like, it was really average.
Ooh, they've got a little thing going on, Goldstein and all.
Oh, have they?
Yeah. Can't say much.
Who wins in the ring? The chunk?
Yeah, nah, I think Goldstein's fitter. Jamie, he'd blow up, wouldn't he? After like 2 minutes, wouldn't he?
Really?
Yeah, one round, Jamie would be shattered. Yeah, so I'm going to go Goldstein. Goldstein win.
I didn't hear the call. I'd like to have heard the call, to be honest.
No, it would have been nice, though, wouldn't it?
Eddie, Ed, hello, ding, 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 ding.
Okay, we got it.
Can we hear it? Oh, lovely. Here we go.
Right, let's go to a Spurs fan. Fortil.
Hi, lads. How you doing?
All right. I'm all right, Fortil. You?
Well, listen, you're gonna have to bear with me, lads. I'm a bit older than both of you. I was born in 1955. I was 6 years old when we did the double, and I've got to be honest. I've been listening to you, Jason, for a long time. I've been a Spurs fan, man and boy. My kids are Spurs fans. My grandkids are Spurs fans. I'm going to tell you now, I've had enough of Spurs, and I'm thinking of changing to Arsenal because what that club has done to me over the last couple of years, honestly, it's making me feel I'm 70 years old. I feel 85. No, don't play all that rubbish behind. Sick and tired of it. Sick and tired of it. Look what it's doing to my club. Honestly, mate. I'm sick and tired of it. I've got mates that are Arsenal fans all laughing at me.
Fortil, listen, mate, we'll let you go because you sound like you need some cough medicine.
Come with me to the red side.
No, mate, never, mate. Never in a million years. Never in a million.
Honestly, mate.
Fortil, listen, go get some cough medicine, mate.
You ask your mates about me in North London. They know about me.
All right. Poor.
I've had a brilliant call.
427. Brilliant.
How did it not clock on, Jamie? Come on.
I'm just trying to work out if Jason knew about it.
I reckon he knew. Yeah, he would have been involved. Of course he would have. Honestly.
Belter. Okay, there you go. 7:38. Gabby, if someone you knew prank called you, Alan, would you know? That was good.
I tried doing one, didn't I?
I should have got that.
My pretending to be a Wolves fan. And they knew they were in like 10 seconds.
Yeah, well,
I phoned up.
Wolves, the old yams are different.
I tried out. I was like, me, I'm not happy. Me, I'm not. We ain't happy with the Wolves. But they knew straight away.
Did they?
Yeah, my voice.
Okay, time now for a wee bit of this.
Got an issue? Why can't you see? All you need is some help from me. Give my lamp a rub. 1, 2, 3. I'm the Gabby Genie.
Yeah, that's right. A brand new feature, Gabby Gabby or Gabby Genie. We all know that every good genie has a lamp with a chance to grant 3 wishes, and Genie Gab is no different. So we'll give your lamp a rub 3 times this morning, Gab, and you have the power to fix the needs of 3 different Premier League clubs and grant their wishes. Are you ready? Go on then.
Let's do it.
Let's have the first rub.
Everton's next home Premier League game will be a couple of miles away at Bramley Moordock in a brand spanking new spectacular stadium.
That is pathetic. That
it's horrendous.
Ed, you got to sort this over next week.
It's making me cringe.
Honestly.
Stop it.
Right, so start with Everton, Gab, and the new stadium. They faced Brighton in the first game at the Hill Dickinson Stadium. You, of course, played in the first ever league game at the Emirates and nearly won. That was August 2006, I believe. Will Everton be as nervous like the Arsenal were then?
I think there will be a bit of nerves. It's new to everybody. So if I'm Brighton, I probably want to play Everton first game at the new stadium because the nerves will be on the players. The fans will be a bit edgy. What's it going to be like? What's the atmosphere going to be like? So I'm sure David Moyes will say to the players, listen, just go out and play your football. This is a chance to put on a show for these fans. It was poor against Leeds.
It was
very poor performance.
Yeah.
Can Jack start? That would be nice.
I've not had a chance to talk to you more about Jack. How do you think? I think Jack will do well, but I was talking to a couple of people yesterday who said no, he's good on a good side, but Everton are going to struggle, so you're not going to see the best of Jack. I don't know.
The only thing that listen, he was on for 20 minutes, but he was picking the ball up. He was drifting past a couple of players, and I remember he played one into Beto, and I'm just like, Beto, you've got to hold it up, and he just bounced off him. That might frustrate him a bit if strikers like Beto are not playing the 1-2s that he needs to enjoy his game. But I'm sure with Dewsbury Hall, with Ndiaye, Idrissa Gueye, McNeil, they've got real good players there that he can play with. So I'm sure he will do well there. But I just see a draw in this game, Al. Brighton aren't the same as they were.
I think Everton will be up for this.
Yeah.
I can see a much improved performance. I can.
Yeah, but Brighton are no mugs. They've still got some very good players. Rutter, Matoma, Baleba.
I like him, Matoma.
Yeah,
I really like him. I'm amazed he's still there.
Exactly. So I'm going to go for a draw in this game, and I'm sure Everton will just be happy to get the first game at home under their belt and keep improving throughout the season.
Okay, Gab, give your lamp another rub, please.
As for Sheffield Wednesday, inexperienced, they're stretched. Sheffield Wednesday 0, Stoke City 3.
There you go, your old club, Sheffield Wednesday.
Yes.
Well, how long were you there for, Gab?
I was there, Al, for, I think, 2 months. Then they extended. I don't know why, because I'd hardly played. I stayed there for about 5 months in the end.
Did you?
Yeah, I played about 5 games. Yeah, it was dreadful.
Goals?
No, I hit the post 5 times.
No, you didn't.
I struggled, mate, to be fair. I struggled on loan there. It was new to me, fans, and it's a big club, Sheffield Wednesday.
What is going on at Hillsborough, though? It's not just on the pitch, off the pitch or something.
Yeah, the amount of players they've lost, Al. I mean, they're going to be playing against Wrexham away. So you're going to have Windass, who left Sheffield Wednesday for Wrexham. You'll be playing against them. Wouldn't surprise me if we scored. Lost their first game after taking the lead, 2-1 to Leicester. Second game at home, they lost 3-0 to Stoke. I've got a funny feeling now that Sheffield Wednesday could be down by February.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, I feel like it could be one of them.
By the way, United have struggled to start it.
Yeah, they've lost Sheffield United. First game they lost at home, 4-1 to Bristol City. That's when the manager had them on the pitch, sort of telling them off. Second game they lost Swansea, beat them 1-0. So they lost to Swansea away. I think this weekend for them, Millwall at home is the sort of game where you get back on track, Sheffield United. But you've got no right, Al, in any football league, season after season, to be fighting at the top. Everyone says, Sheffield United have got to be the second or third favourites to go up. But if you're losing players and you're getting rid of managers like Wilder, who knows that club inside out, you've got no guarantees to finish in that top 2.
Right, Gab, let's give your lamp one final,
don't play that noise.
Final rub.
Wow,
is very nice.
A bit of Borat there, Gab. Kazakhstan side. Kirat had Celtic to 0-0 draw in the Champions League qualifier. Rangers also going down to Bruges, Club Bruges on Tuesday. Hibs lost to Legia Warsaw last night, and Aberdeen got a late goal, I think, drew with FCSG. Gab Ladden, is Scottish football blipping, or is there serious alarm bells here?
I don't say alarm bells because even though Rangers conceded 2 sloppy goals, the first 2 goals, they're playing Club Brugge, who are a better side than Rangers. Let's be honest. Champions League last season, they had some decent results. Villa played them 4 times.
Yeah, you were there, weren't you?
3 times, sorry, and they were an outstanding team, Al, and they will make that a fortress next week. I think they beat Rangers probably 2-3-0 in that game.
And Celtic?
Celtic had a
poor record in Kazakhstan.
Yeah, but what's frustrating about Celtic is you look at the other teams, Fenerbahce, you look at Benfica, you look at Club Brugge, and you manage to get a team from the Kazakhstan and just use that home advantage and get 2 or 3 goals up, and then you go away and the pressure's off. Now the pressure's on, and then you come back and play Rangers at Ibrox. So it's going to be one hell of a week for Celtic. But I don't think Scottish football's alarm bells, Al. What the money that they are allowed to spend, Celtic selling Kun for 17 mil to Como, but spending 3 million. So you can't blame them for not being able to compete if you're not spending the money. Look at what some of the Premier League teams are spending.
I know.
200, 300 million.
Yeah.
And Celtic have spent 3 million.
Yeah.
How's that work?
That's why the fans have got the hump.
Exactly.
Up next, we had exclusive from Daniel Dubois on his split with trainer Don Charles. That's next.
unlocker of defences.
If you've got a problem or something to say,
You don't have the right to say anything about something. I do.
This nonsense kills the game.
Good morning, 10 minutes to 8 o'clock. Gabby alongside me. God, you should have heard that a minute ago. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. You hear it in one of the trails later on. Cottee. Right, what do we know about this Friday? Well, Jean-Philippe Mateta scored Palace's first European goal as they began their Conference League campaign. A 1-0 victory over Friedrichstadt. There was no Eze, though. He's expected to have his Arsenal medical today. They say he was feeling unwell last night. Yeah, all right. Scotty Scheffler just 2 shots off the pace in the PGA Tour Championship. How does he do it? It's every tournament he's up there. A fellow American, Russell Henley, leads on 9 under. There's Europeans in the mix, though. McIntyre, Fleetwood, Oberg and McIlroy are all in the top 10. Did Rory not hit one off the stands that ended up in the hole or something? I'm sure I read that. And Daniel Dubois spoke to talkSPORT yesterday, reflecting on his defeat to Isak last month. Since then, he split with trainer Don Charles, and Daniel confirmed that, no, it was his decision, Daniel's.
Yeah, 100%. Just thinking, looking back, Don's been great for me. We won a world title together, but I was just thinking about moving forward and how I can improve myself, and yeah, that was my decision.
Difficult one, isn't it? Where does Daniel go next? Does he take on Moses? Does
No.
he get a shot at that?
No, I think Moses should. I think someone said Hrgovic. I think that's a good opponent. Tough. Maybe he's going to get him.
Yeah, but he'll knock him out.
Yeah, but maybe not in the first round now. Maybe it might take him 5-6 rounds. Hrgovic is very strong and fighters.
This guy is quick.
I know.
He punches like you can't believe.
I know, and I think Itoma just sort of fight her out. If you're AJ, if you're Fury, if you're the older ones, you're like, I don't fancy any of him. You avoid him. You avoid him, and you try and get the AJ and Fury fight done and get out of there, because what he done to Dillian White, I couldn't believe it, mate. I had to add round 2. And when he went down, Dillian, I was like, please get back up. I've got round 2. Please.
See, that's shocking, Gabby. That's
Sorry,
money.
mate.
That's money talking. The guy could have been hurt.
I know. Sorry, Dillian. Forgive me.
Right, for more on all today's biggest stories, head over to our website, talksport.com. Right, the transfer window burst into life this week, so it's time for a bit of this.
Stick a load of singles in there and then they fall in love.
Of course it's hard. It's supposed to be hard.
36-year-old, you'll have the knockers, you will.
Just because it's offering its teat, do I really have to muscle on that?
Is there anything in your personal life that could be causing you stress, sir?
I'm not a great lover.
Hello. Oh. What's your name?
Sarah Louise.
Sarah Louise. Fuck, you're up for it, aren't you?
I was in love at the time. That's what I was doing.
At the time?
How do we get away with that?
That's fine. It's a bit of fun, Gabby.
Oh, terrible.
What's terrible?
Terrible. Some of the lines.
Sarah Louise.
She's up for it.
Single Sam is back with us. So what are you doing this weekend, Single Sam?
How do you know I'm single?
Oh,
Because the boys tell me.
Yeah, no, I am. Well, forget about what I'm doing. We've got some important business to attend
what
to
are
this
you
morning.
doing this weekend?
Answer the question.
I'm actually playing paddle tomorrow, which is going to be good fun. Sunday doing a show here, doing a YouTube show, and then just seeing a couple of friends tomorrow.
He's asking in the way of like love and
no, I've got nothing.
No
love.
dates?
No. I'm going
no trips to Flatiron. Steak.
I do like that's a good day sport, isn't it?
Someone you can take down the seaside or something, bank holiday down there Sunday, spend Sunday night down there with her.
Oh, sleepover.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what you do, Gabby?
Yeah.
Sam, you got to get out there, mate.
No, nothing planned. Maybe we'll get a swiping later out, and who knows,
You're not cooking your mum lunch again, are you?
No. Why do you keep mentioning my mum? I don't live with my mum anymore.
Yes, you do. Stop it.
Why would I lie about that? I don't.
Told me
and haven't done for the last 4 years.
It's no problem with that, mate.
I know it's not, but I don't. Why would I lie about that?
Yeah, no
you troublemaker.
I'm not a troublemaker. Your mum misses you.
Yeah, well, Mum, but what are you doing with Jill this bank holiday? How are you treating her?
We'll go somewhere nice for
Where?
Sunday lunch.
Did you book it?
It's booked.
Did you book it?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
All right, good. I thought Jill does all the booking.
No.
Al, you've got to treat lady as well, mate. Sam.
What are you doing with your missus?
You're going to go for some nice Sunday lunch as well, mate.
Oh, a bit
Sam,
boring,
we're not
isn't it?
talking McDonald's here. We're talking about somewhere nice.
Yeah, I know what Sunday lunch is.
It's only Man United playing Sunday, so don't watch that game.
Not a big half-hour game, no.
I'll check the scores on telly.
What are you doing Monday? You're not working.
Yeah, I'm doing this.
Oh, for God's sake.
You need to enjoy, mate. You're in your 20s, mate.
I know, you're young. Get out there.
Get out there, mate.
Sample life.
Just sample life. Do you think I'm keeping it a bit simple?
You're called Simple Sam or Single Sam?
I'm not a single Sam, isn't it? Al, we need to get matching here, okay? We need to try and match some football players. This is supposed to be a serious bit of radio, okay? First up, on Transfer Tinder, Morgan Rogers, age 23, like 6'2". Is Morgan Rogers a match for Spurs, they wish? Tottenham
I bet he's not around his mum's for Sunday lunch, is he?
How do you know? He might be.
There's no point wasting time on this one. Like, it's not going to happen.
Well then,
so move on. Yeah.
So Morgan Rogers, the Spurs, swipe left or right? I always forget.
Left?
You tell me. You do it more often than I do.
Pardon? Beg your pardon?
Oh, no, on this show, not in real life.
I don't know. You're on a dating apps, mate, not
swipe
me.
left is yes, I think, and swipe right is no.
Correct. No, right is yes.
Okay, sorry.
How do you know?
Because I've done this a long time. Left is no.
Okay, left.
So Rogers to where?
Can you imagine Al on the day?
I know, like, I tell you what.
We'll have a look. Of course we'll have a look.
Rogers where? To where?
To Spurs, Al.
Left.
Ooh. Well, yeah, no. I'd go right. If I was talking, I'd take him all day long. Yeah, I'd go right.
Oh, for Spurs, yeah, but Villa aren't going to sell, are they?
Next.
Well, I don't know. You don't know.
Oh, you think? Okay. So we go next, sorry, Gabby. Nathan Ake, wow, age 30, height 5'11".
It's a certainty, right. This works for Everton.
I think as well, for Ake, he needs to go somewhere and start games now. And I think Pep has already said he wants players out. Akanji,
you've got so many
options,
about
him going to Turkey. Like Ake and Akanji both 30. Is Pep's time to look at the older players, try and get rid of a few of them. And they've got so many centre-halves. I don't blame him.
So we like this one?
I'll go right, yeah.
Okay, we've got one match then. Can we get one more? Anthony, age it's got to be a match. Age 25, height 5'9". Is Anthony once again a match for Real Betis? He, of course, had a very successful loan spell there last season, scoring 9 goals, 5 assists. They got to the Conference League final, and the Spanish club want him on a permanent move this summer.
Yeah.
Surely for all parties, this has got to happen, right?
I'd go right. See you later.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
With a great respect to him, look, I don't know him, but he's frustrating for me.
Yeah, just get him to the airport.
Adios, Anthony. Adios.
I love when Al's about to slag someone off. He says with the greatest of respect.
Yeah, just get him to the airport. Just like push it through. One of them transfers. So go on, mate. Go on.
Yeah. Also, have you noticed that with Gabby? New season, new Gabby. Look at the notes he's got in front of him. He's got a new book. He's got everything. Look at this.
Have you noticed there's a scribble there, but have you noticed he's writing? Turn over. Look, have a look at somebody's writing.
That's impressive, Gabby.
Thanks, guys. Thanks,
This
guys.
It
means a lot, Sam.
New season, new Gabby Agbonlahor.
Thank you, mate.
It's impressive.
But is it working? I'm not sure it is.
Absolutely not.
No.
How are you doing, all right,
Can we go back to you and this weekend?
Yeah, sure.
Pencil something in, mate. Like go on.
You can't just pencil. You can't just. How you've got to plan these things. I've got to find someone first.
Get yourself down to Brighton. Walk along the beach.
Why
don't know you'll meet, mate.
Why Brighton?
Because. A little stroll up the lanes.
I'd rather not.
Hey?
Get
your best frock on. 2 minutes to 8.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Doing what matters for the trade. Find your local branch at travisperkins.co.uk.
Sorry, I'm just losing track there. Okay, after Gabby's solid co-commentary debut for talkSPORT last week, and we'll bring you a bit of Gabby on comms later on in the show. Don't miss that one. That was a look ahead with Travis Perkins. It's coming up to 8 o'clock. News and headlines coming next. Aguero!
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Bricks on bricks on bricks. Over 40 million available to order with delivery to site. That's one less thing to worry about.
Corinthian Casuals are a team in the Combined Counties League Premier Division South. Despite that, they're one of the most important clubs in world football. Here's why. The club was formed in 1939 as the result of a merger between Corinthians FC and Casuals FC. Now, Corinthians FC were founded in the late 1800s when the FA's top brass were sick of getting pumped by Scotland every time they played them. As a result, a man called Nicholas Lane Jackson set up an amateur side which would bring in the best players who could all play for the national side. And it worked. It wasn't long before England were dominating the international fixtures they played, and it was largely down to Corinthians. In fact, in 1894 and 1895, they played consecutive games where Corinthians provided the entire England 11. But the thing is, the players refused to play professional football. They didn't believe in it. They wanted to spread the values of sportsmanship, competition, and played for the love of the game. It also helped that most of the players were Oxbridge graduates who didn't need the money. But instead of entering the league and cup competitions, they played exhibition football and toured the world, bringing the beautiful game with them. And it was this which spread the game throughout the world and made it so popular. Most famously, in 1910, they travelled to Brazil. And the locals in Sao Paulo were so impressed, they started their own team under the same name. Yes, the same Corinthians who won the FIFA Club World Cup in 2021, one of the biggest football teams in Brazil. Now, they were global superstars, and despite not being professional, Corinthians drew in the crowds. Everybody wanted to play them, everybody wanted to watch them. So much so, they regularly played the winners of the FA Cup in what eventually became the Community Shield, winning most of the time. They actually inflicted Manchester United's worst defeat, 11-3, a record which still stands to this day. Now, fast forward to today, Corinthian Casuals still don't pay their staff or players. The ethos of sportsmanship is still at the heart of everything that they do. And even though they're a side in the lower leagues, if you make the trip to King George's Field in Tolworth just off the A3, you'll most likely bump into Brazilian Corinthians fans who often make the pilgrimage across the globe just to watch their founding team play.
What's wrong with Brighton?
Huh?
What's wrong with Brighton?
Great football team, mate. Great team.
Honestly,
Big
what
game.
is wrong with you? Tear it, not you, Gab. Honestly.
I know, mate. I know.
talkSPORT Breakfast with me, Alan Brazil Gabby Agbonlahor, Arnold Clark. Get the UK's best used car deals guaranteed. We're going to be joined right here in the studio by former Tottenham and Egypt striker Mido. He'll no doubt have an opinion on Spurs somehow missing out on Eze. We'll get to hear Gabby try out some famous commentary lines after his debut didn't go to plan last week. And little Sam will also be with us for this week's Curse of the Commentator. No pressure, Gab, but Ray battered him last week.
Yeah, sorry, Ray, mate.
And we'll start with what's going to be a huge weekend in the Premier League right here on talkSPORT.
Game day on the talkSPORT network. Here we go again.
Big London derby of East versus West.
Champagne with a great opportunity.
Finished at the stadium late. Sunderland 3, West Ham 0.
I think we all have to be better. We all have to prove we win and we lose together. It's as simple as that.
Marmoush coming forward, shooting from the edge of the area. Scores a wonderful goal.
Just first game, that is good to start, but many things have to improve.
Pep's kryptonite. Tottenham 3, Burnley 0. Thomas Frank's tenure as Spurs boss in the Premier League is off to a flyer.
We'll do everything we can to beat City next Saturday.
On it back again inside the area, and Gordon can finish it here. He does. An explosive statement has just been dropped by Alexander Isak, of course, the subject of one foul bid at least from Liverpool over the course of this summer transfer window.
I'd rather focus on those players we have here. I'm sure everything off the pitch will take care of itself.
Mo Salah does what he does best. Let the games begin. This is dream stuff.
Okay, so we kick off tonight with two sides still looking for the first win, West Ham and Chelsea, of course. Then tomorrow lunchtime we'll bring you a huge lunchtime clash, City against Tottenham. And what about Monday night, the Alexander Isak derby between Cracker, Newcastle against Liverpool? Wow. Isak, do you think he'll be staying way clear of
he'll be
St James's Park?
Wherever his accommodation is, he'll be there. I don't think he'll be at the ground at all because he was part of the team of the season and he didn't go to the awards. I think he was in Manchester last week. So it's just a shame he's come to this, isn't it, Al? Because the Newcastle fans loved Alexander Isak. Now you're seeing shirts burnt, you're seeing fans outside the training ground shouting at his car. It's a shame it's going to end like this, and I think he will stay at the club. I don't think Newcastle are going to get bullied into selling him on the cheap. So he's going to be integrated back into the side somehow. So maybe after the international break coming up.
On to tonight's live and exclusive game on talkSPORT now. West Ham head into it after being thumped by Sunderland last week, but the boss Graham Potter has called on the fans, please get behind the team.
No, I have to say that the atmosphere at Sunderland was one of the best I've experienced in the Premier League, to be fair. And obviously it makes a difference. Of course it does, because that environment, that atmosphere is you want it to be like that. But our responsibility is to help our supporters get to that point. We have to play better. We have to get better results. We know that we need to connect more with our home fans, and in that way, it's a great game for us.
It's a London derby, and Chelsea fans from west over to east it'll be great atmosphere.
I think West Ham fans will probably say, can we see a bit of intensity in the first 10 minutes, Al? Can you go and win that first tackle? I know, don't go and absolutely kick somebody, but can you put in a strong tackle where you're not going to get booked? Get the fans up. That's what the Stadium Light was like. Sunderland were at it.
Yeah. Right, let's build up to a huge weekend of Premier League football on talkSPORT with a legend of Forest, City and West Ham, of course. It's a very good morning to Stuart Pearce. Stewie, morning, Stu.
And England.
Morning, James.
Morning, Piercy.
Stewie, I'll get it out of the way right away. How poor was Gabby working alongside you?
It was one of the highlights of my career, Al. I've got to say, he took me to new levels. He really did. He was outstanding.
Piercy carried me, Alan. He carried me.
What, not for another decade, Gabby, please. His back's giving up.
Stewie, where do we start? Let's start with the Hammers. It was a poor result, wasn't it, up at Sunderland? Well done, Sunderland, but at the same time, this is the London derby. They've got to be up for this because, the stadium will be packed. Chelsea will come there expecting to thump West Ham. But, West Ham at home can turn it on.
Yeah, they can. And I think Gabby made a really good point there. West Ham have got to come out and give their fans something to cheer about. You know, it's all very well saying we need the backing of the fans, and that's rightly so. But that has to start on the pitch, and it's down to the players to deliver a performance that gets the fans off their seats. And to be honest with you, in some ways, there's no better game than Chelsea at home to do exactly that, you know. So Graham will be hoping that the team deliver a performance that gets the crowd excited. Now, it might not guarantee the victory, but the one thing is you want a performance so the fans go home happy.
Pearce, you was there with Moisey. Obviously, they've lost Kudus. Centre midfield, they look a bit weak as well, don't they? Yep. What do you think they need to add in this transfer window to get themselves with a chance of finishing top 10?
Well, they've got to somewhere in their team get a sort of ability to be hard to beat and hard to break down. You know, that ability to sort of keep clean sheets, I think, is really important. They looked as though they had a real soft underbelly, the ball coming in the box and not defending crosses, basic stuff, you know, defensively was lacking last week at Sunderland, and Sunderland capitalised on it. And I think that's something that they've got to do. Obviously, they could do with more goals dotted around the team as well, very reliant on Jared Bowen. And I think as well, Thomas Souček, I looked at the starting lineup and Thomas wasn't in it. And you know, he might look a little bit of an ugly duckling on the football pitch at times, but I tell you what, his honesty, his work rate, he attacks and defends both boxes. He's invaluable to the team, and we've seen that over a number of years working with him.
Another London club, Stuart, Spurs, they go to Man City. I thought Man City early doors in the opening game were okay, and then come into a game and got the goals. But Tottenham, you know, last year, that was a shock, wasn't it? Tottenham going up there and hammering the City. How do you see this one going? Home win?
Yes, a home win, but a tight one. Maybe the odd goal. I like Thomas Frank. I think he's a really good appointment for Tottenham. I really do. But I was reasonably impressed with Man City coming out and the first game of the season, the result. Reinders looked a decent player, good acquisition as well. So John Stone's back in the fold again, which was nice to see, you know. So I think City will just nick it, but it'll be a tight affair, I think. It's a good yardstick to see where Tottenham are this season, this game.
Yeah. What about your old club, Forest? They're doing good business, aren't they? PSC, Douglas Luiz. I mean, I'm so jealous. He was an outstanding player for Aston Villa. Didn't work for him at Juventus. He'll be great as a signing as well. Hutchinson, McAtee as well. Do you see Nottingham Forest fighting for them top 7 positions again?
I think they'll be just outside that, Gab. I think a European campaign could take its toll, you know, with the travelling and everything that comes with it. So if they can replicate what they did last season, it'll be absolutely fantastic. You know, I think they'll just be outside that. But the thing is, they've established themselves in a very quick period of time as a Premier League club. I don't see any problems. You know, a year or so ago, we were talking about them as relegation.
Yeah.
This time that we think, you know, you're talking about maybe can they threaten the top 7 or 8, you know? So I think they'll finish about mid-table, but I think they'll have a really good run in Europe.
Yeah. Sure. When we finish at 10 o'clock, will you be getting because I don't see any at the moment, will you be getting the old piercing in? Will you be getting the old, the pins and all that? Because you're off to see the Pistols, aren't you, later on?
I've taken a day off tomorrow, I must say. So I'm off down to Margate tomorrow to see the Pistols and the Stranglers and the Buzzcocks. So I'm very excited, as you can imagine. You know what I mean?
The Buzzcocks, really? Stranglers, I get that, golden brown, and the Pistols, but the Buzzcocks, is it one of your favourites?
Not bad, yeah. Don't dislike them. I mean, Stranglers and the Pistols are what we're going for. Little bit of fish and chips on the seafront. It don't get better than that for me. You know that. Yeah, there's a ticket available for you as well. It's not far from your own.
It's not really my cup of tea, to be honest, Stuart. But the missus, is she into all that? Is she pogoing about as well?
No, she's washing her hair, she tells me that day.
Oh, we've all got different tastes in music, mate. Listen, have a great weekend, pal. Enjoy it down there. That'd be great. He's got a weird taste in music for me.
What sort of music is it?
Sex Pistols. Punk. It's punk rock.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
Well, you headbutt people and all that. You know, it's mental.
Sounds about right then for Pearcey, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does, yeah. You know, over the top. And he's got shin guard. He goes to the concert with shin guards on.
Goes and boots someone and the song comes on.
Weird day. Okay, he loves the Jam as well. That's one of his favourites, the Jam. Who are brilliant, by the way. Right, 8:15.
This is the talkSPORT Goal Show. It's the show for the fans. It's done by the fans.
Yes! Oh my God! Yes! Yes! Yes!
He is an unlocker of defences. That.
If you've got a problem or something to say,
You don't have the right to say anything about something. I do.
This nonsense kills the game.
.20 talkSPORT breakfast with Gabby. Gabby, you're right there. You're having a problem with them earpieces, aren't they?
This earpiece just fell off.
It's just a joke, honestly. Just rip them off. Right, Robot Rock there by Daft Punk. Why are we playing it well? A good story in the Daily Star this morning. You won't believe this, by the way. The godfather of AI has warned that the tech he created will take over the world. And there's no chance it can be stopped, right? Brit-born computer scientist Jeff Hinton fears super-intelligent bots will realise they'll have no use for mankind in their society. So no use for producers on radio and, you know, and dump buttons and stuff like that, Gab.
Yeah, they've got to stop.
Is it about time we put a stop to artificial intelligence, Gab?
Can you, though? It's the way forward, isn't it?
Well, there's great breakthroughs in terms of medicine and stuff like that. You know, if they can find cures and brilliant, but people will abuse it, won't they?
But the amount of people that are using it now, well, I mean, you can get emails and like letters sent just by using AI.
Can you?
Yeah, we've had, no, I mean,
give an example.
No, if you wanted to go and get an email, say you wanted to go and get an email sent to your lawyer, you can ask the internet to make it for you. And then send it.
Is that right?
100%, mate.
Really?
What you can do now, you can explain what you're looking for, and it can write you out an email yourself.
So who are you suing?
Oh, you don't want to know, mate. You, if you don't let me ask a question for the next guest.
Right now, time for the latest odds. I wonder if we can pick as a winner. With Coral, and here comes Steve-O.
The Coral Daily Download on talkSPORT with Coral. We're here for the fans this season. 18 plus, gambleaware.org.
So not that good, are they, Steve-O? You know, who's going to win the Ebor? AI. Tell me. Morning, Steve-O.
Morning, Steve-O.
Gentlemen, a very, very good morning. Firstly, Gab, don't you go using AI to write your wedding vows. That's got to come from you. That's got to come from the Gabby heart, that has. So don't be too... Al, I've got to start with an apology. I put you away last night when you phoned me and said, are we back in the Coral Horse at Chelmsford?
Yes.
And we were worried about the drawn in 8. And we needn't have, because Kieran O'Neill gave him a peach of a ride and he never looked like getting beaten. So apologies for that. If it's any consolation, I didn't back him either.
Oh.
But it was win number 6 for Aspire to Glory, trained by Alice Haynes. What a little legend he is. And he could go next in a couple of weeks over to Ireland, where once a year, Gab, they race on the beach later.
Brilliant.
They create a course on the beach, the tide goes out, and he could be off to Laytown. So he'd be on his travels. It's never too late to join the club, of course. If you join now, completely free, and you could be one of his owners over in Dublin.
Any chance of sending John Hills over there? You know, he never gets anywhere, does he?
Now you say that. Cartmel tomorrow, we got another runner. That's John's neck of the woods. Sticky toffee pudding country up there in the Lake District. John loves a bit of Cartmel, so... keep an eye out for John and Lady Mendoza tomorrow at Cartmel.
What can we look forward to today at York? Great crowds, wasn't there?
Yeah, I mean, I thought Minnie Hawk. I heard you earlier talking to Rupert.
She was
there was a moment when Estrange, the second favourite, was travelling, and then Ryan, just in a matter of strides, the race was won. She could go anywhere else. She could win the Arc. She could win the Breeders' Cup Turf. She could win them both.
She's very lightly raced as well, Steve-O, isn't she? She's going to improve.
Honestly, she could be. I mean, Aidan's got so many good, you know, he's got Whirl as well, another filly who could go for all those races. So how they juggle them will be fascinating to watch. Today, it's the speedsters in the Coolmore-sponsored Nunthorpe. Arizona Blaze, trained over in Ireland, is now 9-2 favourite, ahead of Lady Iman, one of the 2-year-olds. We've got Asfura from Australia. She's in there at 17-2. JM Jungle won at Goodwood. And Rupert, ever since he mentioned Spicy Marg, I feel bad for Michael Bell.
My favourite drink.
What's a Spicy Marg?
It's like a spicy margarita, so you add a bit of spice into it. Yeah.
I didn't know. Of course, the owner, Emma Banks, she does name her horses after drinks. Rupert mentioned it this morning. It was 12-1. It's now 18-1. Michael Bell. No, but it's terrible. It's his brother as well. Why would he tip his brother's horse? I mean, that's not brotherly love at all. But Al, I got to ask you, Shadow Dance, down at Goodwood, this horse ran an eye-catching race to finish 9th. He's now 4th favourite for the Ebor tomorrow, Shadow Dance, into 11-1.
I'm on at 16s each way.
We go. I mean, look, you've got Willie Mullins has got the first 2 in the betting, Hip Hop de Loire and Ethical Diamond. And then it's French Master for John Gosden. And then it's your horse, Shadow Dance. So
he's a lovely horse, by the way. And Rogers really treated him with, You know, he's been so patient with this horse, and as you say, that little pipe opener down at Goodwood, it was too short for him. Yeah. Eye-catching finish. Never got a clear run. I don't think he'll be far away, but he's a gutsy, beautiful horse, Steve-O. Big grey horse, lovely. I can't wait, to be honest. I should get there.
3:35 tomorrow, of course, live on ITV. Sylvester de Souza rides an extra half a mile. He runs here tomorrow from Goodwood, so. It's going to be... We mustn't miss this one, Gab. We'll cheer that on for Al.
Looking forward to it.
Steve-O, West Ham, Chelsea.
Big game.
Yeah.
Good game. Chelsea, hot favourites or not?
They are. They're odds on. Obviously going to the London Stadium. 4-6. West Ham just shy of 4-1 at home. 3-1 the draw. Look, Chelsea were held by Crystal Palace in that opening game, of course. I know a bit of VAR controversy, but they haven't kind of gelled completely just yet. But
Palace are a good side, though.
Well, they are at the moment, Gab, but again, they lose, Gay and lost Eze.
Yes.
Could be a long season for them as well. But West Ham, it just feels already at this early stage, Gab, that...
I'm worried for them, mate.
Yeah, I agree.
They lost 3-0 at home last season to Chelsea. I see repeat scoreline, to be honest, if not more, Steve-O.
Yeah, it does. It feels like it could be a long season for West Ham fans. I thought there's some brilliant games this weekend, gents. So Man City, Tottenham tomorrow.
Yeah.
City obviously started, brushing Wolves aside. They're 1-2 at home, 5-1 Tottenham. Gab, your Aston Villa side go to Brentford.
Yep.
Got to improve.
Yeah, they need a win in that game. They definitely need a win. But look at Burnley-Sunderland. What a big game that could be.
I thought Sunderland, for all West Ham weren't great in the opening game, I thought Sunderland were brilliant. The atmosphere at the stadium, they're 9-4 shots to win. Burnley, they need, I know it's very early days, but both these teams, these are the two shortest priced teams for relegation.
Yes.
So you feel Burnley have to get something from their home games. And Leeds going to Arsenal. Al, you'll remember the great games of the 70s between these two sides when they used to kick absolute lumps out of each other. Leeds 9-1, Arsenal 4-1 on. Again, Arsenal, Gab. Who wins it? We've asked you this, Gab. Who wins the title this year for you?
Listen, I would have said Liverpool, but I'm looking at Liverpool, and if they don't get Isak, Salah's going to the African Nations Cup. I feel Eze is a big signing for Arsenal, so I do tip Arsenal now, mate, with Eze in there, because I rate him that highly.
9-4 second favourites, 2-1 Liverpool, 11-4 Manchester City. So we think it is between those three.
Steve-O, just one last one. Your beloved Pompey go to the Baggies. Not easy.
No, we started well, winning on the road at Oxford. Then we got beaten at home by Norwich, and West Brom have won their first two. This is not a game I'm looking forward to. West Brom are odds on, no great surprise at all. But listen, I like to mention our favourite team in the Championship, apart from Portsmouth, Birmingham, Gab. Birmingham.
Makes me shiver.
We're donating £500 to the Birmingham City Foundation for every goal they score at home, men's and women's team.
Lovely.
We want to see them put a hat load past them
for sure, mate.
This weekend, aren't they?
Steve-O, to finish though, can you give me some odds, please, on the England's women's team in rugby are playing the USA tonight? Can you give us some odds on that, please, mate?
Can I give you some odds on that? Yes, I can. Yeah, you're not going to get rich, Gab, because England's women are 1,000 to 1 on.
1,000 to 1.
So
okay.
I'm guessing.
You got a lump on then to get anything back.
55 points is the handicap in favour of the USA. I'm guessing this is going to be quite one-sided.
Is this the USA's first game of rugby, Steve-O?
It was like it could be.
Steve, have a great day and a great weekend. Enjoy the A-Bar. Go on, Shadow Dance.
Good luck tomorrow.
Cheers, pal. More sporting odds with our friends at Coral. 18+ gambleaware.org. Up next, we'll discuss Arteta's spending rising to £1 billion.
The Coral Daily Download on talkSPORT with Coral. We're here for the fans this season. 18+ gambleaware.org.
When was the last time you saw someone score with a knuckleball free kick? We're going to take a look at why we're not seeing them anymore and explain a bit about how they work. The knuckleball peaked in the 2010s after that Ronaldo strike against Portsmouth in 2008 inspired academy players everywhere. Here's a young Mason Mount.
I tried to base my free kick on Ronaldo, hit the ball by the valve and it moves. So what do you do? Top corner.
Now, no ball is perfectly aerodynamic, so as it travels it creates ever-changing pockets of turbulent air, causing that unpredictable movement. Football's most prolific free-kick taker, Juninho Pernambucano, perfected the technique but didn't invent it. He was inspired by players from the 90s and even the 50s. So how do you do it? You have to hit the ball head-on with as short a contact time as possible so the ball doesn't spin. Hitting by the valve helps with that short contact time, as it's the hardest part of the football. So why don't we see knuckleballs much anymore? It's because players are being told not to shoot from dead ball situations because the XG is so low. In fact, as Opta shows here, since the 08-09 season there's been a 10% reduction in players shooting from free kicks in the Premier League. And in 23-24, a record low of 11 free kicks found the back of the net. And the knuckleball, though spectacular, is imprecise, which is why it's becoming a thing of the past.
Okay, 8:34 Friday morning. talkSPORT breakfast with me, Alan Brazil and Gabby, and the Arnold Clark app. Buy a car and opt into Arnold Clark Rewards to enjoy access to great giveaways and everyday perks. Talking about the Arsenal in a tick, the Gunners back in action against Leeds United tomorrow, and it's been quite a week for them. From absolutely nowhere, Eze is as good as an Arsenal player just when everyone thought he was on his way to Spurs. The delayed move to Tottenham was believed to be because Eze wanted to play in Palace's Europa Conference League qualifier against Fredrikstad last night. But in a dramatic turn of events, Eze not only changed his mind about clubs he was joining, but his decision to play last night as well. Here's Palace manager Oliver Glasner after last night's game explain why Eze was not involved.
When one of the players will leave, which I don't know at the moment, then they want to leave as the guys who always, or the players who always give 100% for Crystal Palace. This is what they did since they signed, I don't know, many years ago. And this is what we expect from them until the end. We all have to be pleased that the player gives 100% when he has a guilty contract. So there's something going wrong. So it should be the opposite. If a player signs a contract, so he should stick to the contract. So I think it's not that we have to say thank you every day that the player gives 100%. This is what we can expect. So also to get a few pounds a week. So I think it's also the right of a club. And the duty of a player to give 100% as long as he's under contract.
Gab, what do you make of that?
If he says don't say he's ill, then he's ill, isn't he?
He's not ill.
How do you know?
Because I know he's not.
How?
Because I've got genes in my,
Well, let's be honest, though.
My youngest, the doctor.
Okay, then. If you're Steve Parish, why would you want him to play anyway when you got £65 million ready? Medical, I think, is meant to be this morning.
Exactly.
What if he went and got injured yesterday?
Exactly. That's why I'm saying he's not ill.
Yeah, maybe you're right, but if I'm the manager, I'm like, listen, this is business. You got an asset that's about to be sold in the morning. Why would you want to risk him in a game where you should beat the team comfortably? Ownership will say, not playing.
Now, what's interesting here, Gab, all being well and he goes to the Arsenal,
Yes.
Eze's incoming arrival puts Mikel Arteta in the £1 billion club. Have a listen.
Now they'll come forward with Munoz. Ball inside the area. Eze! A penalty, Eze!
It brings up the expiration date of Mikel Arteta, because he's going to have nowhere to turn it.
And it's into the bottom corner of the net, underneath Emerson. Gyökeres scores his hat-trick. He's headed down by Chalobah and nodded in by Madueke on the line.
You can't go this long, spending this much money, getting everything you want, and not win the title.
Low cross through the 6-yard box, and there's Havertz to touch it home, and there's the opening goal for Arsenal. Chested down by Jesus, turns it back, they're all having a go. Jesus is there on the volley.
Arsenal's £67.5 million acquisition of Eze, or Eze. I always thought it was Eze, but the commentator there saying Eze.
Eze to me.
Yeah, and me. Will push Mikel Arteta's transfer spending at Arsenal north of £1 billion. Wow. Since arriving in December 2019. For context, Pep, his mega-rich City have spent around £972 million on transfers over the same period, with a net spend of just £220 million due to several big money sales. So, Gabby, does Mikel's spending get enough attention for criticism? I'll be honest, I didn't think he'd spent that much.
Yeah, you look at his top 10 signings. I mean, Declan Rice, 105 million. Eze will be 68 million. Havertz, 65. Gyökeres, 64. Madueke, 52. Zubamendi, 51. Ben White was 50 million. Gabriel Jesus, 45. Thomas Partey, 45. And Calafiori, 42. I just think there's no excuses now. And one FA Cup he's won, 2020. That's all he's won in 5 years after spending £1 billion. If they do not win one of the big ones, I'm talking about Champions League and the Premier League, or at least if you're finishing second, you're 3, 4, 5 points behind the winners, not double figures. I think it is time to go, because he will then, rightly so, be called a nearly man.
So, Gab, you know, is it me, or am I just buying the time? Is football gone mad, right? Calafiori scored the goal the other night, didn't he? But 42 million, he's a decent fullback, but he's not a great fullback.
He's second choice.
Havertz, £65 million.
Yep. I just think some of the prices are crazy now. Havertz hasn't worked for Arsenal, okay player. Chelsea fans are absolutely delighted that Arsenal paid that sort of money for him. But I just look at Arsenal's squad, Alan, and I've done the top 4 from last season's squads. And you look at Arsenal, Raya, Kepa, goalies, Ben White, Timber, Calafiori, Luis Skelly, Gabriel Saliba, Mascara, and Kivior. That's 2 in every position in the back 5.
Yeah.
Then you've got Zubamendi and Norgard as your 2 6s. You've got Odegaard, Wanyeri, Rice and Moreno as your 8s, 2 in each position. Then you've got on the left-hand side, you've got Eze, Martinelli, Trossard. Right side, you've got Saka, Madueke. Centre forwards, Gyökeres, Havertz, and also Gabriel Jesus. Obviously, Havertz and Gabriel Jesus are injured. When they're back, you'll have 3 centre forwards. I don't want to hear no excuses. If Saka's out for 2-3 months, no excuses. You've got Madueke. If Martinelli's out, you've got Trossard and Eze. If Declan Rice or Odegaard are out, you've got Wanyeri and Marino. There's no excuses now. I don't hear about injuries. Come the end of the season, Arteta, big decisions have got to be made, because you can't spend £1 billion in 5 years and have one FA Cup to show for it. Not good enough. Any other manager, Alan, would be out.
Do you think they will win it? They've got to go close. They've got to shoot.
I think they will, because when you read out the quality they've got there, they've got no excuses. And I think Eze, Martinelli and Trossard are very good players, but one game, very good. Next 2 games, average. I feel like Eze will be more consistent each game he plays, and Eze can put pressure on Odegaard if he's not performing. He can play in that number 8 position as well. So competition for places now is as high as it's been for years for Arsenal. So I think they've got a very good chance of winning it.
Neil Warnock says he won't win it. He'll never win it.
Not having him, is he?
No, he's not having him. And I've not had a chance to speak privately to Neil about it. Why? But he clearly doesn't think he's strong enough to win it.
But I just think as a squad of players, I think Arsenal have the best squad of players now. You look at Liverpool, that left-hand side, they've got Gakpo and only Chiesa. Yes, he scored the winner the other night. against Bournemouth, but he's not the Chiesa from 3-4 years ago. Salah's going to go to the African Nations Cup, so you've got Harvey Elliott only cover on that side. And down the middle, you've only got Ekitike.
Are you surprised Harvey's still there? Someone that...
Liverpool shouldn't sell him until they get a replacement. There's no point selling Harvey Elliott for 40, 45 million, and you haven't got someone that's going to come in, because you need...
He's not going to start, is he? He's not going to start.
He's not going to start. I would leave if I was him, go and play week in, week out. But if I'm Liverpool, I'm looking at my attacking options, and I'm saying, So Liverpool need a couple of players, I think, as well, before the transfer window closes.
Big game coming up, isn't it? Newcastle against Liverpool. What a cracker Monday night.
That's one of the games, where you're talking about for the rest of the week. Because even Anthony Gordon said it after the Villa game, when you were speaking to the guys at TNT. He says, after all that's gone on, I'm really excited for this game.
Yeah.
Even the Newcastle players have got a bit about them now. And Newcastle-Liverpool, Kevin Keegan days, it was always a 3-3, 4-3, wasn't it?
Collymore.
Yeah, remember.
Okay, 8:42. Let's look ahead to the next hour of the show with Benchmark.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Benchmark's Kitchens and Joinery. Get trade prices on kitchens to suit all styles and budgets at Benchmark's.
Now that can only mean one thing. A little Sam Matterface, is back to embarrass himself again from curse of the commentator. Ray's already been on. Parley says, have a word with Gab. Have a word with Gab.
Be safe with me, mate.
Next though, Gabby's been training hard this week after a bittersweet co-commentary debut. You hear the fruits of his labour next. That was our breakfast preview with Benchmark.
Aguero! Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. With 250 hire branches nationwide, it's easy to hire at Travis Perkins.
This is the talkSPORT Goal Show. It's the show for the fans that's done by the fans.
Yes! Goal! Oh my God! Yes! Yes! Yes!
He is an unlocker of defences.
If you've got a problem or something to say,
You don't have the right to say anything about something. I do.
This nonsense kills the game.
This is talkSPORT Breakfast. 12 minutes to 9 o'clock. Gabby alongside me. The NFL returns to Wembley Stadium in October as the Los Angeles Rams take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. And we have a huge competition to win VIP tickets. That's right, we're giving you a chance to win 6 seats in a private box at Wembley Stadium. Full hospitality plus $5,000 spending money. What about that? So how? Here's how you enter.
18 plus, UK excluding Northern Ireland. For a chance to win, text the word cash to 83338 and you're in the draw. Text costs £2 plus 1 standard network rate message. You must have the bill payer's permission or enter for free by calling 0330 880 3338. All entries must be received by 25th August at 11 p.m. This is a talkSPORT limited promotion run on talkSPORT, Talk and Virgin Radio UK stations. See talksport.com for terms and conditions.
God, that brings me back. 1978, playing out there, Gabby, in America. It was brilliant.
What team was it again?
Detroit Express. I was 19 at the time. And away
Why would you go that early?
Because Bobby Robson said, go on, son, after the cup final, he says, go on, get out there, get some experience, find yourself a yard of pace. Go on.
Did you find a yard of pace?
Yes.
You did?
Yes.
What, in the bars?
No. No, I came back a different person.
You, a better player?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
19?
Yeah.
Isn't it 21s over there?
Is it what?
Got to be 21, haven't you?
What do you mean?
In America?
Why?
Have a couple?
No, it depends. Different states.
What was Detroit? 18.
You always find a place, Gab. But the away games like San Diego, Houston, Vancouver,
yeah.
Toronto, Houston. I remember playing in the Mile High Stadium in Denver against the Colorado Caribou.
The Mile High?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
In altitude.
Oh, okay. Mile High.
You're not having a dabble. It's altitude,
But you'd advise that experience to
Portland, Seattle. Absolutely. It was fantastic.
I did fancy it when towards the end of my career, but it didn't work out. I would have loved to.
Oh, God, I came back in the plane. I'll skip the bit in between.
Yeah, skip the naughty part.
But I came back in the plane with the ex-Newcastle goalkeeper and ex-Norwich City fullback. Yeah. And they had like 38 grand. The other one had $33,000.
What left?
They'd saved up.
Oh, wow.
I went there. I had to borrow 40 quid and I come back with $80. And it was 2 to 1.
No money on the plane for a drink.
I'd 40 quid at $80.
Spent it all.
Oh, what?
Yeah, but imagine the lifetime memories.
Oh, absolutely.
Exactly. That's what it's about, mate.
It was magic.
Brilliant.
Right, Jean-Philippe Mateta scored Palace's first European goal to begin the Conference League campaign. A 1-0 victory over Fredrikstad. Harry Maguire has hinted a desire to sign a new contract at United, saying it'd be silly to leave when his current deal expires next summer. And Chelsea manager Enzo Maresca would rather risk a striker crisis than keep unhappy pair Nicholas Jackson and Christopher Nkunku. It's an interesting one, that, is it? No, if they're unhappy, they're out.
But what's funny about clubs nowadays is the Club World Cup and Nkunku was getting game time in a big competition because they're trying to put him out there and show that he's fit and he's available. And I knew what the manager was doing because he didn't play at all really, last season under Maresca. And now, maybe clubs aren't giving them the deals that they want for these players. But Nkunku, for me, needs to go. But I'm surprised with Jackson.
Is he a Villa player for you?
Who?
Jackson.
Well, we need bodies in now.
He's not better than...
No, he's not better than Watkins. But there were certain games where, like when Duran was there, holding the ball up, and you needed that second striker. Even on the weekend, Dan Burn, he was all over Ollie like a rash.
Yeah.
You could have done with another striker up there to give Ollie a hand, and maybe some games he played two. The manager said he
see, when you're against a guy, you know as a forward, when you're against someone as big as Dan Burn, you need the ball down between him and the fullbacks in the channel.
Not into
you
your
run them ragged.
Every time the ball come into Ollie's chest or feet, Dan Burn was just leaning over him.
Yeah.
I played against defenders like that. You're right. You've got to be a bit clever, and your teammates have got to play it in behind. You got to play.
You make that dummy run, Gab. You go 10 yards to your left, and then suddenly spin out and go in the other, and the ball's got to be on its way.
100%, mate.
One away forwards, Jackson and Nkunku, will be left out of the Blues squad for today's trip to West Ham, despite both being fit. This is what Enzo had to say.
We see if they're going to be here. They're going to be with us. In case they are not here, that means that they found a solution. And at the end, I think it's always better if they can find a solution, because I think they're going to be more happy, and the club the same.
Yeah, Enzo Maresca there. Reminder, West Ham Chelsea live and exclusive on talkSPORT tonight, 8 o'clock. Coverage begins at 7 with Hugh Woozencroft, Jim Proudfoot and Danny Murphy. For more, now there's a good co-com, Danny Murphy.
Yes, learn a lot from him, couldn't I?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I'm going to give him a call later.
Now, last Saturday, the man alongside me made his co-commentary debut at none other than his beloved Villa Park. Should Gabby been invited back? You know, this is a talkSPORT poll now. Here's what talkSPORT's football editor, Jason Bourne, made of Gabby's debut.
I've got some notes down. I've written them down. They're extensive here, so I'll read a few of them out. Your enthusiasm for Villa, second to none, provided that comic relief to Stuart Pearce's straight, neutral and hugely incisive commentary. You were the Stan Laurel to Stuart's Oliver Hardy. Do you know those two? No. Alan, you do.
What's that?
So, it wasn't the easiest game to co-commentate on, Gab. No goals, possibly the worst of the 10 opening Premier League games, and a broken phone. Tell us what happened to your phone.
So, Reshmin was asking us who's the player of the match was. Can't say man of the match now. Player of the match. And when I was about to answer...
Why?
Oh, I won't start you off.
Why?
You have to say player of the match now.
Why?
Because you just do, mate.
If it's all men playing, isn't it?
I know, but I don't want to get into it, mate. But
No. Rewind. I'm not having this.
I think they have to say player of the match.
No, they don't.
I
It's
think
man
so,
of the
mate.
match.
Honestly, mate, player of the match.
Rubbish.
I can't say that, mate. Yeah, in the Club World Cup, it was superior player of the match in America for the Club World Cup.
Yeah, but you don't worry what they say. You don't worry what they think.
Okay. Where was we?
You were talking about man of the match.
Player of the match. And then my phone flipped over and smashed on the back. But I enjoyed it. And like Sam Matterface, by the way, he's the best about El. Like the prep that he does, you can learn a lot from him, mate.
They'll be listening now, Gab, so we want you to show them what they're missing. If you missed this, you got to listen. Let's hear what it would sound like if you were commentating during classic moments, right? Classic moments. And we'll start with this one.
Mellor, lovely cushioned header.
Oh, you beauty! What a hit, son! What a hit!
Hold on a minute, Gab. What sort of accent is that?
I thought it sounded like you.
That's not a Birmingham accent.
It's my Scottish accent. I got Scottish blood, member. You know that, Airdrie.
I know I do,
forget,
but that's not Scottish.
It's my Scottish blood.
What a cracker from Gerard.
Who?
Gerard.
Yeah.
What a cracker.
Thanks, mate. Can you send me a couple of voice notes later?
Gabby replacing Andy Grabe for Steven Gerrard's famous winner against Olympiacos back 2005. I'll rate that one, Gab, 4 out of 10.
Thanks, mate.
Right, let's try another one for Gabby on Comms Lahore.
This could be the most dramatic story of the season. It's Torres.
Unbelievable.
Oh, for goodness
So that's a mixture between Gary Neville, Cammy, and who else? Gabby recreating Gary Neville's iconic scream as Torres scored the goal that put Chelsea in the Champions League final back in 2012 there. I'll give you, for that one, I'll give you 5.
I'll take that.
It's
going upwards.
Yeah. Let's have another one.
And we're off to Fratton Park, where there's been a red card, but for who, Chris Kamara?
I don't know, Jeff. Has there been a red card?
Chris, have you not been watching? I haven't. I don't know where that's come from, Chris. I have no idea what has happened there. What's happened, Chris?
I don't know, Jeff. How's that, Al?
Gabby stepping in for Cammy in the unforgettable clip when he missed a red card. I'll give you 3 out of 10 for that one, Gab.
That was poor.
That was pants. But one final one. I think this could be his best one.
Balotelli.
Aguero! I swear you'll never see anything like this ever again. So watch it. Drink it in. I need more volume, don't I?
I will give you 8 out of 10 for Aguero.
The
rest 6.
When I hear
so
that,
we'll give you an average of 7.
I need more volume, don't I?
Yeah, you do.
Aguero!
Yeah, but you weren't there with the crowd behind you.
Yeah,
You know, when you're there live at the stadium, the crowd are
There
around.
was nothing like that on last weekend, Al.
Now we can now call him Gabby Tyler, with Gab recreating the famous commentary when Aguero sealed the title with the last kick of the game back in 2012 there. We'll find out what Adrian Dunham thought of that coming next. 2 minutes to 9. Yes!
Interchangeably to describe Premier League bosses, but they're actually 2 different jobs. So let's explain how and why. For years, fans referred to Mikel Arteta as Arsenal's manager, but I'm afraid technically...
I don't think so, no.
From his first day on the job, he was the Gunners' head coach. Let's pick a random moment in time, February 2025. Only 6 Premier League bosses actually held the official title of manager rather than head coach. Man City's Pep Guardiola, David Moyes of Everton, Ipswich boss Kieran McKenna, Southampton's Ivan Juric, Oliver Glasner at Crystal Palace and Leicester's Ruud van Nistelrooy were the only actual managers of their respective teams. Everyone else? That's right, head coach, including Ruben Amorim at Man United. He took over from Erik ten Hag, a man who had held the title of manager. Might come as a surprise that Amorim's appointment marked the first time ever that Man United had a head coach instead of a manager. But to understand why they made that decision, you also have to get what the difference is between a head coach and a manager. A manager's got a huge range of responsibilities. They're not just in charge of training and player lineups, they're also heavily involved in player sales and transfers. Critical stuff. But a head coach's role is far more focused on team training and performance on the pitch. So whereas Ten Hag was highly involved with decisions around transfers during his tenure, the intention was that Amorim wouldn't be, at least not on the same level. And as the sporting structure at Man United changed under Sir Jim Ratcliffe, people like Sir Dave Brailsford took charge of transfers instead. How all those roles play out in practice may be slightly different at different clubs though. On the other hand, the contracts of actual managers like Pep or Moyes had no limits on their job role and their involvement with transfers and contracts. But those guys are actually in the minority now, and it's a change that's happened pretty quickly. In 2019, there were only 6 head coaches in the Premier League, but by 2025 there were 14. A clear indication that more and more clubs are moving towards a model where the guy in charge is actually only really in charge on the pitch. And the way things are going, it might not be long before all 20 clubs have got head coaches, and the job position of football manager in the top flight is no more.
Coming up to 4 minutes past 9 o'clock, the final hour on the Friday morning sports breakfast. talkSPORT breakfast with me, Alan Brazil, Gabby Agbonlahor and Arnold Clark. Build your own car deal online, all with a few clicks. They make buying your next car easy. Right, Friday night football is back in talkSPORT. And what a game we have for you, East London. East versus West as West Ham take on Chelsea.
Welcome to a big London derby of East versus West.
Headed by Bowen! Oh, what a goal! Squares it back to Palmer!
Chelsea, with the amount that they spent, that in itself brings obviously pressure on itself.
Finished at the Stadium of Light, Sunderland 3, West Ham 0.
It's a mess, West Ham. We don't actually know what Graham Potter is yet.
Potter, for me, he's got a lot of questions to answer.
West Ham is not a club that panics about its managers. We tend to stick with them and see it through.
Chelsea home, Forest away, Spurs at home, Palace at home, Everton away, Arsenal away. As a West Ham fan, you're looking at that this morning, how many points they're going to get?
Chelsea 0, Crystal Palace 0, no goals.
Are we seriously talking about a team that's just won the World Club Championship here, needing to spend to win the league? You know, I don't think so.
João Pedro with a great opportunity. Oh, what a dream first half. This is turning into for Chelsea.
I think there can be challenges this year.
Friday Night Football returns to the talkSPORT network.
Yeah, that's right. There's trouble at the London Stadium after a dreadful start to the season, losing 3-0 away from home to newly promoted Sunderland last weekend. West Ham tonight, Gabby, from that first whistle, have got to get at Chelsea.
It's got to get at it.
It's got to be high energy, press.
You can have a better team than you, but last season you're losing 3-0 at home to Chelsea. These fans, they won't take that. Don't be conceding an early goal out, first 10 minutes. Obviously keep it tight, but can you go and put a tackle in? Get these passionate fans off their seats, because if not, Chelsea will be looking at this game and saying, all right, drew our first game 0-0. We're poor against Crystal Palace. Can Palmer, João Pedro, Gittins, can these players, Enzo Fernandez, go and get themselves a goal? So I'm expecting a big result for Chelsea tonight, because Graham Potter in his interviews looks a bit lacklustre out. Doesn't fill me with confidence in his team.
I think he's like that though, Gab.
Yeah.
I think that's his nature, to be honest.
I don't picture Graham Potter going in after the game last weekend having a good go at them players. Do you?
What he should do. Graham needs a win tonight to match his predecessor, Julian Lopetegui's record of 6 wins from 20 games. And don't forget, he was sacked
Potter in his pre-match press conference yesterday called for the club and the fans, come on, let's pull together to help the club out of their recent slump.
No, I have to say that the atmosphere at Sunderland was one of the best I've experienced in the Premier League, to be fair. And obviously it makes a difference. Of course it does, because that environment, that atmosphere is you want it to be like that. But our responsibility is to help our supporters get to that point. We have to play better. We have to get better results. We know that we need to connect more with our home fans, and in that way, it's a great game for us.
Let's get a bit more on tonight's game and cross over to talkSPORT's chief football presenter, hosting Game Day Live from Turf Moor tomorrow. Burnley take on Sunderland, then completing the 92 grounds by hosting from Hale Dickinson on Sunday. Adrian Dunham joins us. Morning, Aid.
Good morning, Adrian.
Morning, Alan. Morning, Gabby. How you doing?
All good. Mate. All good, Adrian. Tonight, it's only 2 games in, but all of a sudden, you look and you think West Ham needs something. They need a better performance, don't they?
Yeah, I was at Sunderland West Ham last Saturday for talkSPORT, and you know what? Graham Potter said after the game there wasn't a lot in it. It was just how clinical Sunderland were in the box. But you know, that means the world, because that means 3 points, and it was a big defeat for West Ham United. I do sometimes think that what he says after games and before games doesn't help his cause, and largely it's superficial stuff, and largely his reading of the games is actually fairly close to what the truth is, but most of it is not what West Ham fans want to hear. So I think he could be, you know, advised to speak a little better or a little bit differently after games. He was kind of saying, well, you know, there wasn't a lot between us and Sunderland. They've just been battered 3-0 by a newly promoted side that finished 24 points behind Burnley and Leeds in the Championship last season. So results like that are not going to help his cause whatsoever. I think tonight, live on talkSPORT, is absolutely crucial for them. I actually believe that he could be one of those managers under pressure early season, as I understand it. There might even be a split at board level as to whether he's the right man to see them going forward. Only results will save him at this moment in time in the mid to long term. So he needs to start getting those results now.
Do you worry about tonight, Adrian? Big pitch West Ham have. Chelsea, Casado in the middle with Enzo Fernandez. Do you worry about West Ham's midfield problems? They haven't really got a player who can get around the pitch and get a foot in. Nice players like Ward-Prowse playing in there, but they could get found out tonight.
Yeah, I mean, they've never really replaced Declan Rice, have they, since he left? I think you're spot on there in identifying one of the big problems that West Ham United have got. And I think that what also won't help West Ham tonight is that Chelsea were frustrated last week. They weren't particularly good last week. So they're world champions. They will want to go out and prove to everybody, hang on a minute, last week was just early season stutter. We are going to be right on it for West Ham. This is a huge London derby, and they're going to want to prove a point. So I don't think you can make a case to say West Ham will win the game tonight. I think that Chelsea are that much better. Anything can happen over 90 minutes. West Ham have to make something happen. But I think Chelsea, if they use all their tools correctly, they will get the 3 points tonight.
Maresca's not messing about, is he? He said, look, you know, at the end of the day, I'm not having any, not bad eggs, but he's just saying, look, I don't want them in the club. They've got to go, you know, especially Jackson and Cuckoo. You know, he's saying basically that you can go. I don't need you here. I don't want you here. So he's not messing about, is he? Look, he means business.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that it's an interesting one, Enzo Maresca. Did so well at Leicester, but in the Championship, so that's unproven in the Premier League. Had Premier League experience with Pep before. So I think that people were reticent about saying, yeah, he's the right man for Chelsea. He then goes and wins the trophy they really should win in Europe. They then go and do what they did to PSG in that final. That was, I mean, it's one game, but wow, what a performance that was. That's what he can bring out of Chelsea. I think he still has a point to prove. Yes, I did well with, he can say he did well with Chelsea last season. Now he's got to get them back to competing in the Champions League, deep in the tournament, and competing for the title as well. If he feels this is the right way to go about it, then absolutely. I mean, it feels like they've got excess players, too many players at the club for everybody to be happy. So if that's the way he feels he's got to do it to get those players out of the club, then we'll see if that's the right course of action in due course.
Adrian, I want to ask you about Arsenal now. I read out earlier to Alan, Arsenal's squad of players, 2 players in each position with extra top players you're talking about, 23, 24 top players. Eze coming in, that's looking like to happen over the weekend. What do you expect of Arsenal this season, and what do the fans expect, do you reckon?
Well, I think this is the season. I was actually reading an Arsenal fanzine. My wife left it lying around. I know, I was cleaning up. But I was reading it, and they were saying this is the big chance for Mikel Arteta. This is the last chance for Mikel Arteta.
Yes.
He's been at the club relatively long period of time compared to a lot of managers. If the expectation is that they're going to win a title rather than finish second, and I think that's got to be the expectation. Otherwise, what's the point if you're a club the size of Arsenal? Then this is the season he's got to do it. He has been backed to the hilt. They have spent so much money. All the decisions he wanted, those ones in the past, like get rid of Ozil, get rid of Aubameyang, all of those decisions that he wanted to execute, he's been allowed to execute. He wants to bring in Madueke. The fans are not happy. They allow him to bring in Madueke. Everything he's wanted, he's got. So this is the time. If he can't deliver now, then we will know at the end of this season he's not necessarily the manager to take Arsenal to where they want to be. He'll have improved them. He'll have got them back into Champions League contention in terms of, getting to a semi-final and regularly competing for the Champions League. But he's got to win them the title, and I think this is the season he's got to do it. I think most Arsenal fans feel that way as well.
Yes. Adrian, you must be looking forward to Game Day Live. Comes from Everton's brand new stadium, Brighton the visitors. Everton, I thought, were average in the first game, so they've got to produce on this big opening.
Yeah, listen, I look forward to every weekend. I mean, the football is fantastic. I'm at Sunderland, their game at Burnley on Saturday. I think if Sunderland win that, then wow, I mean, they've got a great chance of staying up. They'll have 6 points already with Brentford to come next week after the big win against West Ham last week. Burnley, the flip side, lost last week, so they need it. Pressure game tomorrow. That's where the show comes from. On Sunday, Sam Matterface is hosting Game Day Live from Everton. I am going to be at the game because you may recall I completed the 92 last season. And then Everton go and get a new stadium. So got to be there for the first game. So I will be there for the first game. I'm really looking forward to it as well. I think the only shame for Everton is that they've not really finished putting their squad together. So for this first game at the brand new stadium, it's not the squad of players that David Moyes wants to be picking from. So having seen them at Leeds on Monday Night Live on talkSPORT, they were a shambles. They were shoddy. They were awful. He's had a week, just under a week to work with them. They've got to be better on Sunday. There's no doubt they have to be better on Sunday. Will they be good enough to get a win against Brighton in that first game at the new stadium? We'll see. But very much looking forward to seeing Hill Dickinson Stadium. That's I've been told it's magnificent. I've had a tour around the outside of it last year, but I want to get inside it and see just how good it is. So, yeah, really excited about that.
Another cracker, Adrian, Monday, Newcastle against Liverpool. What a great game this is.
Yeah, unbelievable. There's not much edge on that game, is there? Crikey, it's a stunner, yeah, and we've got that live on talkSPORT Monday night. So, what a time to be alive. But, yeah, I think it's a great game. And, again, a test for Liverpool's credentials. I was at their first game, conceded 2 goals. So defensively, I think there's some issues. They still feel they need another striker, but they've scored 4 goals in the first game of the season. So I'm expecting goals in the game. I'm certainly not expecting clean sheets from Newcastle and Liverpool. So
what's frustrating, Adrian? What's frustrating for Newcastle is look how shaky Liverpool looked at the back. Konaté looked shaky. Imagine Isak playing on Monday night. No right back as well. Frimpong's out injured, so is Bradley. So it could be Gomez or Endo at right back. So I'm sure Anthony Gordon or Elanga or Barnes will be looking at that position as well. This isn't a done deal, is it, for Liverpool, this game?
Oh, no, and I think that Newcastle will be fired up. I think that, actually, just looking at the players, when the players were applauding the fans after the game against Villa, and the fans were singing a not particularly kind song about Isak really loud, the players were looking at them, and a sense that the players who, and especially with the Anthony Gordon spoke afterwards, and I thought those players are really not happy with Isak. This isn't a situation where the players are all sticking together, getting behind their man because they might be in the same situation. I really strongly sense that those Newcastle players thought he'd done the dirty on them. So they will want to beat Liverpool just to show Isak, hang on a minute, you want to go there? Well, we can match this lot, more than match this lot. Beat them in the final last year in the League Cup. Let's do them in the league as well. So I think that the players will be fired up. You're right, there are weaknesses in that Liverpool defence. And if Newcastle get it right up front, then I think they can exploit those weaknesses. The problem you've got is that they don't have a finisher in the side. You're right. And Isak is that key piece of the jigsaw that is missing. What a shame. And he's made a right mess of this, or he's made a right mess of this.
Yeah,
he's an absolute shambles. He looks like a fool. He looks like somebody nobody wants to sign because of his attitude and his actions. What an absolute disgrace he has been towards a club like Newcastle, those fans, and the players especially. It looked like they were all together with Eddie Howe, and he's gone and done that. What an idiot.
Spot on, Aid.
Adrian, have a great weekend, mate. Enjoy Everton as well. It's going to be great now. Thank you, Adrian. A bit of breaking news for you. Have a listen to this.
Breaking news on talkSPORT.
Oh, God.
Don't worry, it's not you, Gab.
Oh, God.
Don't you worry, Gab. It's the wee Oompa Loompa.
Oh.
Wee Stewie's been back in touch for an update on his speed dating last night. Speed dating. 5 matches out of 7 for the extra time co-host. 5 matches out of 7.
So they match back?
That?
They match back?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
There's someone for everyone out there, Al. There really is.
But he did drop you in it. He declined the other 2. He not dropped. He says, I work with Gabby Agbonlahor. That's why.
I think he said that he's a surgeon. You know, he's a high-end surgeon in London. Maybe he lied about his occupation, Alan.
Seventeen past 9. Go on, Stewie.
This is the talkSPORT Goal Show. It's the show for the fans. It's done by the fans.
Yes! Oh my God! Yes! Yes! Yes!
He is an unlocker of defensive that.
If you've got a problem or something to say, you don't have the right to say anything about something. I do.
This nonsense kills the game.
Okay, 9:22 on talkSPORT. Gabby alongside me, but now it's time for a bit of this.
Rookies Roundup, right here every day. Rookies Roundup, which players are on their way? If an agent's got a story.
Hello, Alex Crook. What you got for me?
Crookie gets it first.
Yeehaw, cowboy! There's a snake in my boot.
He gets all the gossip from the best players to the worst. Of course, it's time for Crookie's Roundup. He's the very best. He's the rootinest, tootinest journo in the Wild Wild West. Crookie's Roundup.
Yeah, I know Buzz from my Bournemouth days, actually.
Where the hell did we get that from?
That was hard.
Where did we get that
That was
from?
a tough 30 seconds.
It's
There's a snake in my boot.
Producer Ollie Klink just trying to amuse
Oh, it was Ollie, was it?
It was,
Oh,
yeah.
dear.
Making himself busy.
Join us now, Studio talkSPORT's chief football correspondent, fresh from the York Festival, Alex Crook, with all the latest transfer news. First of all, you got a trouble yesterday, 16-1 last winner.
16-1 in the last, had a double earlier on the card as well. So, yeah, good day. I wouldn't say fresh from York. That would be...
Oh, really?
That would probably be the wrong word, but, you know.
Big crowd, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was great. First time I've been there. Loved it.
And you're Goodwood tonight as well.
Goodwood tonight, yeah. They've got their fireworks display tonight, which is epic. They spend a lot of money on that. So, yeah, looking forward to it.
Lovely.
Cookie.
Right, on to the footy transfer news. Mark Gay set to leave Palace, but where is he going?
Yeah, I thought the comments from Steve Parish were quite interesting. No, Chelsea have ruled it out, or they did earlier in the window anyway. Maybe that might change now that Renato Vega has been allowed to join Villarreal. But I think Liverpool looks most likely. Joe Gomez, I think, is injured again, so they are short of cover at the centre of defence. I know they've signed the young boy from Parma, but I think he's more one for the future. It will be interesting to see how much Palace can command, bearing in mind he's out of contract this time next year.
What do Spurs do now? Missing out on Eze, quite embarrassing. Speaking to Daniel Levy and Steve Parish, for 3 weeks on the transfer. Then Arsenal pick up the phone. There's the money you want. Let's get it wrapped up in the next couple of hours. How embarrassing for Spurs, and what can they go and get now before the end of the window?
Do you know what? This reminds me a little bit of when they got to the Champions League final. And then the following summer, Mauricio Pochettino wasn't backed in the transfer market. Didn't last much longer into the next season. Now, obviously, Thomas Frank has only just arrived, so I'm not suggesting his job is under threat. But I think he would have liked more than 2 signings by now, bearing in mind that Ange Postecoglou was telling us, even in the aftermath of victory in that Europa League final, the squad wasn't deep enough. It certainly isn't now. Obviously missed out on Morgan Gibbs-White.
Harvey Elliott?
I think he's more likely to go to Germany. RB Leipzig, Jurgen Klopp pushing that one. I think personal terms have already been agreed. They've been linked with Morgan Rogers, but I'm told that's wide of the mark, which is probably good news for you. So, yeah, they've got to get some signings in, haven't they?
Especially if you're in the Champions League, Crookie, and you the hard work you're in Europa League, the reward of Champions League football. You don't want to be going into it with a whimper and then getting turned over, not making it to the next stage, because we've seen last season the Champions League is a tough competition. You want to go in there with more options than Richarlison and Solanke, even another striker to match Solanke.
You mentioned him there. How will Richarlison be feeling? Because obviously there was a suggestion that they were willing to send him to Palace as part of the deal. Now, I don't think Richarlison would have had any interest in going to Crystal Palace, with the greatest respect in the world, but he scored 2 goals on the first day of the season. He looked really sharp. Thomas Frank praised him afterwards.
It's bad.
And then they're trying to ship him out.
It's bad.
If I was him, I'm thinking, whoa, the effort that I put in, the commitment I put in, and the even the game against PSG, he was holding the ball up well, wasn't he, in the Super Cup? So disappointing for him, and I'm sure he'll be having words with the manager. So now you might have an unsettled striker.
Yeah.
What about Monday? Big game. Newcastle, Liverpool, and that of course brings us on to Isak. You know, well, it's just I'm not getting tired of it, but I feel bad about this situation because he's such a superstar for Newcastle. Adoration from the Geordies, and now suddenly get lost. You know, we don't want you back.
Do you think he's been badly advised?
Without a doubt.
In terms of staying away from training, and that statement on Tuesday night, which was it was a bombshell statement from him. Newcastle reacted, and actually I thought their response was quite measured and didn't inflame the situation still further.
Well, someone's lying, aren't they? Someone's lying, because they're saying, Newcastle saying, under no circumstances was he assured he'd be allowed to go.
I think when he talks about broken promises, he's talking more about the fact he expected a new contract. Amanda Staveley had promised him that would happen, and obviously she left. And the contract never arrived. But it's a long way back for Isak, not just with his teammates. Eddie Howe, who's speaking this morning, we'll hear from him after 10 o'clock, but with the fans as well. And I'd imagine the atmosphere on Monday, I mean, it's always going to be noisy anyway, St James's Park. It's going to be toxic.
Yeah. But I always see as well, though, with this, when the transfer window closes, they have to bring him back. He has to play. It's a World Cup year with Sweden. They can't afford to have Isak rotting in the under-23s. He won't be integrated back into the side. And he scores.
Is he going to have to apologise publicly if he's still there on September the 1st, which I think he will be? I don't think this move to Liverpool is going to happen.
Well, if he scores, Crookie, a couple of goals, you know what fans are like. They'll forgive but not forget, I think.
So, Crookie, I'm told Little Sam's in a buoyant mood today. He's taking on Gabby instead of Ray this week.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Well,
what do you think about him calling him Little Sam? If you're one of your best mates, I don't think it's very nice.
Well, do you know what? He always tells me that he's the average height for a UK male.
Exactly.
I'm not convinced.
5'4".
A reminder that Newcastle Liverpool is live and exclusive on talkSPORT this Monday night. Crookie, thank you.
Top man, Crookie.
Cheers, guys.
We've had a look. Forget a cold, wet Tuesday night in Stoke. Try a blizzard 220 miles inside the Arctic Circle. When Chelsea lost at Tromsø in Norway in the Cup Winners' Cup, a massive snowstorm hit at half-time. These two boys and their brooms were absolutely no match for it. We're staying in Scandinavia for Scotland's toughest away day on the side of a cliff in the Faroe Islands in Euro 2000 qualifying. The pitch at Toftir was like a cow field, never mind those gale force winds. The Faroe Islands part-timers equalised in stoppage time, cue Scandi scenes. But away trips don't come tougher than playing Bolivia at altitude in La Paz. Or so we thought. The Bolivians have now taken home advantage to another level, literally 500 metres further up the Andes to the country's highest city, El Alto, 4,100 metres above sea level. Meanwhile, the loudest stadium in world football officially is the Ali Sami Yen, where Galatasaray fans set a world record of 131 decibels. That's louder than Motorhead. But our most intimidating away day is in Wales. Prison team HMP Prescoed was briefly kicked out the Gwent League over concerns about young opposition having to go in there. Now that's a tough place to go.
tuner. Little by little.
He likes this, Sam. He loves this.
Of course he does.
Great tuner.
It is, but as I have just proved to Gabby, and what have I just sent you? The Office of National Statistics.
Yes, the average height of a male in the UK
is
5'9".
175.3 centimetres.
Which is what in old terms?
5'9".
Yeah, you're 5'5".
No. And I'm happy to be measured against that yardstick. So
trainers on or trainers off.
Has anyone got a little stick?
Yeah, I've got one in my back pocket.
Yeah. And I'll be quite comfortably 177 centimetres.
I think you're 5'9", definitely.
Absolutely.
TalkSPORT breakfast for me, Alan Brazil, Gabby Agbonlahor and Little Sam, and the Arnold Clark app. Buy a car and opt in to Arnold Clark Rewards to enjoy access to great giveaways and everyday perks. Right, it's that time of the week again. It can only mean one thing. Yes, that's right. Curse of the Commentator is back. No parlour today. It's Gabby. So let's welcome back Little Sam.
Game day on the TalkSPORT network. Here we go again.
Big London derby of East versus West.
João Pedro with a great opportunity.
Finished at the Stadium of Light. Sunderland 3, West Ham 0.
I think we all have to be better. We all have to prove we win and we lose together. It's as simple as that.
Marmoush coming forward, shooting from the edge of the area. Scores a wonderful goal.
Just first game, but it's good to start, but many things have to improve.
Pep's kryptonite. Tottenham 3, Burnley 0. Thomas Frank's tenure as Spurs boss in the Premier League is off to a flyer.
We'll do everything we can to beat City next Saturday.
On it back again inside the area, and Gordon could finish it here. He does.
An explosive statement has just been dropped by Alexander Isak, of course the subject of one foul bid at least from Liverpool over the course of this summer transfer window.
I'd rather focus on those players we have here. I'm sure everything off the pitch will take care of itself.
Mo Salah does what he does best. Let the games begin. This is dream stuff.
Oh, crikey, a couple of emails here. Not happy. Oh, dear.
Oh, for God's sake. Oh, this guy. No comment.
Right, the Premier League is back for the second round of the Premier League fixtures. We've got you covered right here on TalkSPORT Network. Here we go. The games are going to be previewing this morning at 8 o'clock tonight. West Ham, Chelsea, London Derby on TalkSPORT exclusive. 12:30 tomorrow, City against Spurs. Again, TalkSPORT exclusive. And 8 o'clock Monday night, cracker. Newcastle, Liverpool, TalkSPORT exclusive. To preview these games, we're pitting Gabby against TalkSPORT's chief football commentator Sam Mataface as we play our Predictor game. It's Curse of the Commentator.
I put a spell on you.
Danny.
Cause you're mine.
They've only found a ruler. Can you believe
it? Bring it in. I'm happy.
Jokers.
A very good morning to TalkSPORT's chief football commentator Sam Mataface. Sam, you've got to fancy your chances here.
Yeah, of course I do. It's Gab.
Hey, steady.
Did I win last week?
You got battered, Barlican.
Oh, give over.
You got
of course
battered.
I didn't.
Did it?
I actually won last
What was
week.
the score last
I've worked it out. Don't make it up. I worked it out already.
3-1. You got beat 3-1.
I didn't.
Ed?
He's just making it up.
You got beat 3-1. He just told me.
I don't believe them, Sam.
Your memory's murder, honestly.
I know they do every week.
I write it down. I add up the
you
scores
check
over
it.
the weekend. I text Ray during the weekend as well, and then I come in and all of a sudden the score is remarkably different. Yeah.
A quick reminder of the rules. Sam and Gabby both have 20 seconds-ish to discuss each of the games that are across the TalkSPORT network this weekend. All they need to do is give us the result and score of each match, one goal scorer for each game, and finally, why they predict that outcome.
Hold on. How can I have got battered and only get 1 point last week if I had Ekatike and Liverpool to win? So that's at least 2 points.
Sam, I don't know.
There you go.
I'm just
asking, Ed.
You've got to do it properly, Al. Al, do it properly.
If you're going to do it,
I'm doing
take
it properly.
seriously.
Come on, mate.
For each correct guess, you will get 1 point for the correct result, 3 points for the correct score, and a 1 bonus point for naming a goal scorer. Party Pala has established an early 3-1 lead over Sam, so Gabby has to keep up the good start. That's what it says.
I'll try my best.
Okay, first up, West Ham take on Chelsea tonight, live on TalkSPORT, East London. The Hammers are hoping to bounce back from the opening day defeat at Sunderland. Sam, you can go first here.
Well, a little bit like West Ham, I feel a little bit victimised. And they do feel a little bit like that. They're under siege at the moment. Graham Potter talking yesterday.
After one game?
Well, I think it's because of the back end of last season. They've won only 2 of their last 9 home Premier League games under Graham Potter, which is a problem. And that's why he feels like that. But he was talking about the recruitment. He's talking about the fact that over the course of a number of years, they haven't done enough in the transfer market. And you could argue that the same has happened this season as well. Last week, they were really unimpressive. But Chelsea had 19 shots on goal against Crystal Palace and didn't score, right? And they struggle when they go away to West Ham. I think they'll get the job done, but I think it's going to be tight. 2-1 Chelsea, and I'll go for João Pedro.
Ooh, right, Gabby, 20 seconds, pal.
Okay, last season, West Ham at home to Chelsea, lost 3-0. Comfortable win for Chelsea last season. Chelsea have got stronger over the summer. West Ham have got weaker, losing Kudus. I'm going to go for a Chelsea 3-1 win and João Pedro to score anytime.
I've picked João Pedro because he's got a chance.
No, you got to change your game.
Okay, Palmer to score anytime.
Right, okay. Next up, City take on Tottenham tomorrow lunchtime live on talkSPORT. Both sides come into the match after big wins in the opening day. Sam, how are you calling this one?
I'll go first for once.
No. I make the rules up.
Honestly, it's so difficult to work in these parameters, Gabby, isn't it?
Don't look at me like that.
I thought that they were okay last week. Tottenham, they obviously scored 3 goals, but they did concede chances against Burnley. If they concede chances against this mob, it will be a problem for them. But they will go to a back 5 tomorrow, I think. So they'll stiffen up the defence. Haaland looked in good form. Reinders was brilliant. I think I'm going to go 3-1 Manchester City. Erling Haaland, who has scored in his last 4 appearances for Manchester City to score.
I had 3-0 last week. Couldn't believe it. Gabby, 20 seconds now.
Okay, last season, Spurs beat Manchester City 4-0 at the Etihad. And in the last 4 meetings at the Etihad, Spurs have an aggregate score of 12-9 beating Manchester City. So I'm going to go for a Man City win, 3-1. And Reinders to score any time.
Reinders.
Finally,
a box office clash on Monday night. Liverpool, travel to Newcastle United, St James's Park. Live on talkSPORT, the Magpie striker Isak has been at the centre of the summer's biggest transfer saga between the two clubs. Gabby, you can go first.
Okay. Liverpool unbeaten in their last 4 trips to St James's Park. 3-3 draw last season. Newcastle, no striker with Isak. I think they're going to struggle to score goals on Monday night. Liverpool, Ekitike, for me, is one of the buys of the summer. I'm going to go for a Liverpool win, 2-0, and Ekitike to score at any time.
Ooh, okay, Sam.
All right. I'm going to surprise you.
Ooh.
I'm going to go 1-1, and I'm going to go Anthony Gordon to score. I think that this place is going to be a bear pit on Monday night. It's live on talkSPORT. They're absolutely furious about the idea of Isak going to Liverpool. I think it's going to be noisy. They're going to be difficult to break down as they were last week against Aston Villa. But you and I were both there, actually. They played quite well. They didn't have the cutting edge. But I think they'll get a chance this weekend against a Liverpool team that like to push those fullbacks on really high and wide. So I think they get on the score sheet, Newcastle. I'm going for Gordon, and I'm going 1-1.
1-1, there you go, right.
Sorry, Ray.
So, Sam, don't go anywhere just yet. Speaking of commentators, Gabby made his debut last week.
Here we go. Let it
We're
go.
going to get that. By the way, just on that query, our set-up producer and scorekeeper, Ellis, has undertaken a serious inquiry last week's scores. It was actually 3-2 to Ray, not 3-1. So well done, Sam. Ellis, is it fair to say Ellis is having an absolute shocker today?
To be fair, last week he didn't even tell me what the games were.
Oh, that's shocking.
You know what I mean?
Terrible.
This week he was a little
right, here we go. Gab has made his own edition tape. He fancies this. He wants to do a McCoy's.
Put my headphones on.
Yeah, he wants to do a McCoy's. So Gabby's made his own audition tape to be our chief football co-commentator. Have a listen to this, Sam.
Miller, lovely cushion header.
Oh, you beauty! What a hit, son! What a hit!
The most dramatic story of the season. It's Torres.
Unbelievable! We're off to Fratton Park where there's been a red card, but for who, Chris Kamara?
I don't know, Jeff. Has there been? A red card?
Chris, have you not been watching? I haven't. I don't know where that's come from, Chris. I have no idea what has happened there. What's happened, Chris?
I don't know, Jeff.
Balotelli!
Aguero! I swear you'll never see anything like this ever again. So watch it. Drink it in.
Gabby Tyler there. Sam, don't go away. How'd you rate that out of 10?
Yeah. Do you know what? He was with me last week, right? Okay, and he did a really good job. But, although it was excellent banter, he was brilliant at analysing the game. He was a bit biased, just a little bit biased.
We kept saying we, didn't he?
The referees are giving us anything.
And he kept throwing his arms up in the air going, what's going on, when the referee made a decision against him. So, you know, he's got to work on his sort of partisan nature.
But that's him showing to the crowd, isn't it? Showing off to the crowd.
Yeah. Maybe if we take him off the Aston Villa games, he might be better. In fact, your next co-commentary is next week, isn't it? Aston Villa against Crystal Palace.
Maybe I should go and try, like,
maybe you should do a
National
Brentford
League game or
Bournemouth
something. Try that first.
Why don't you sit at home and commentate at home as if in the
Actually, no, you did do a good job, didn't you? And obviously, you'd done quite. The other thing was he turned up. He'd done quite a lot of research.
He does have a look at his book.
Yeah.
But I learned from Sam, Sam sets the standard. Do you know, like Alan, you could learn a bit from Sam. He's always prepared. He knows his stuff on everything.
Well, how come he keeps getting battered every week?
Oh dear.
Brilliant. All right, let's move on now then.
Little Sam back at 10 o'clock with Big Crookie. Who's your guest today?
We got Troy. I think we got Troy. I haven't seen him
not
yet.
here yet?
Yeah, no. Haven't seen him yet. He'll be here in a minute. We'll be fine.
Bank holiday traffic. There you go.
Ready to rock and roll.
Coming up to 9:45. Thanks, Sam.
This is the talkSPORT Goal Show. It's the show for the fans. It's done by the fans.
Yes! Oh my God! Yes! Yes! Yes!
He is an unlocker of defensive depth.
If you've got a problem or something to say, you don't have the right to say anything about something. I do.
This nonsense kills the game.
play. And the haters gonna hate, baby. I'm just gonna shake, 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 shake. Shake it off, shake it off. She's electric. She's in a family full of eccentrics. She's done things I've never expected. And I need more time.
Don't worry, don't look me strange. But we missed out a cracky here. Give us a bit of this, Ed, because I'm driving home today.
I drove all night to get to you. Is that alright? I drove all night, crept in your room, woke you from your sleep.
Yeah, you just heard a selection of songs there. Why? And the Sun today revealed the country's favourite road trip songs according to music psychologist Dr. Claire Renfrew. Gab, can you think of any she's missed out?
I listen to talkSPORT, mate, on my road trips.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. Yeah, mate. Not music, yeah.
You still on your way home, you listen to Little Sam?
Yeah.
And big cross.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, mate.
I've got a perfect puzzle for you.
It's bullying, that is, mate.
It's not bullying.
Can't call him Little Sam. He's not little. 5'9" not little.
Nah, that's wee Stewie we're talking about.
Oh, yeah.
He's dating. He's cracked it. He's cracked it.
I know.
Yeah.
I can't believe he wore his clothes that he wore when they're dating.
I know.
He's got to wear a shirt.
He looks as if he was fitting a boiler, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's got to work on his outfits, mate.
Box boilers.
So what happens now then? You got 5 matches. So what does he do now then? Take 5 of them on a date?
Don't look at me. I don't know.
You've not got it written down?
No. If you were going a long drive from Birmingham down to talkSPORT, what music would you play?
I'd play a bit of maybe a bit of everything, really, Al. But I'll concentrate probably on my hip hop, R&B, bit of reggae, yeah, a bit of Motown.
What reggae do you like?
I like a bit of Barry Hammond.
Who?
You don't know Barry Hammond?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, big songs, but a mixture of music, really, Al. But I don't know. Most of the time when I'm travelling, I'm listening.
What about them good blues fans? UB40. Do you not listen to them?
Not anymore, mate. No. Nah, I do really. I love a bit of UB40. My old man used to love them on the radio back in the day on the little tape recorders. I'll remember that. What about you, then? You know your music, a bit of Frank, bit of Rod Stewart. Careful.
I listen to Virgin a lot.
Okay.
Virgin Chilled. I listen to Virgin Chilled a lot.
You don't put a bit of Rod on ever, no?
Oh, of course I do.
Okay.
Yeah, of course I do. Yeah, I mix it up. But I like
Rod
old
fed
stuff.
out?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. I love all my old stuff, to be honest. And talking of music, if you want to listen to some of the best tunes on your bank holiday drives over the weekend, Virgin Radio is bringing you the best of Carfest.
Lovely.
Join Chris Evans and the gang at Carfest for a fun-filled bank holiday weekend at Laverstoke Park Farm. So that's Laverstoke Park Farm, where you can catch Rita Ora, Travis, Madness, and so many more incredible acts, and take in the wellness, authors and cars. You know, I've not done a Carfest yet. I've got to do that next year.
I do love Virgin, though.
Yeah.
Tunes that come on.
Carfest has raised £1.26 million thanks to all the Carfesters that bought tickets. 10% from every ticket, plus donations, and all profits go to our charity partners. Carfest tickets on sale now. Get yours via carfest.org. That's carfest.org. By the way, Chris, I keep saying it, but it's worth saying again. He's raised is it 70 million or something?
You said that.
Amazing over the years. Brilliant.
Outstanding.
Now, Monday Night talkSPORT brings you the Alexander Isak derby, Newcastle against Liverpool, St James's Park, and ahead of the big one. The Toon boss Eddie Howe has been speaking just moments ago about what's the latest with Isak.
He's contracted to us. He's our player. My wish is that he would be playing on Monday night with us, but he won't be, and that's regrettable at this moment. But he 100%, I want to see him back in a Newcastle shirt.
I wonder how you're dealing with this unique situation with Alex. How are you dealing with it personally?
I think, of course, these situations are far from ideal, as in talking press-wise, and a lot of the attention has gone on to that rather than the team and our preparation. But in terms of as soon as I leave here, I'm back with the team. I'm back preparing, training, taking training, delivering meetings, speaking to individual players, trying to get the group in the best frame of mind possible. So the job never changes. Just the outside perception is, of course, one that's totally different to normal.
Difficult for Eddie, isn't it?
Yes.
Every time he goes near a mic now, it's all about Isak, isn't it? And yeah, he's doing a great job at Newcastle.
I think 30 years ago, Al, 40 years ago, managers would come out and says, he's never playing for me again. How dare he? But now, if Eddie Howe had come and done something like that, then how does that affect his relationship with Isak coming back in? Does he put his price down as well? So he's got to be really careful what he does say to the media and keep a lot of it indoors.
Let me hit you with a few more games, Gabby. Give me predictions. Bournemouth Wolves.
Bournemouth Wolves. I look
Bournemouth
at
done all right. Anfield, didn't
I
they?
look at Semenyo with his two goals. I think he will score in this game.
Well, he was superb.
Yes, Wolves look very poor, and I was very impressed with Bournemouth, even though they've lost a lot of their back four. I'm going to go for a 2-0 win to Bournemouth over Wolves.
Burnley Sunderland. Ooh, tricky.
Burnley, they're going to be hoping to get a clean sheet at home. Got so many of them in the Championship. Sunderland, flying confidence. I'm going to go 1-1, Alan. A tight game.
Brentford against the Villa.
I don't see this bit as being as comfortable as maybe I would have thought before we've lost so many players. Brentford need to come back from a disappointing result against Nottingham Forest. First home game for Keith Andrews as well. I'm going to go with a tight game and Ollie Watkins to get the winner. 2-1 Aston Villa.
2-1 Villa. Gabby's former show, the Game Day phone-in, takes your calls after 5:30.
Yes.
Much better show now, I'm told, since Jason Cundy took over. Who's writing this? That's a bit strong.
The truth hurts, Al.
Why are they doing this
I can handle the truth, mate.
Why are they doing this to you?
I'm a big boy, mate.
Sunday, Palace against Forest.
Crystal Palace against Nottingham Forest. No Eze. How's that going to hit Crystal Palace? Maybe the players as well, getting used to not having that superstar in the team. I'm going to go with Nottingham Forest to win this game. They've made some brilliant transfers. Losing Elanga, but bringing in Douglas Luiz, McAtee, Hutchinson. I'm going to go Nottingham Forest to win 2-1.
Bit of needle in this game as well with the European situation. Yeah. Everton against Brighton. Everton at the new stadium.
I see this not being as comfortable for Everton as maybe people would think. New stadium, first home game in it.
I think Everton win that.
Yeah, I'm going to go draw. I feel like Brighton are that sort of team, Al. You know, they lost out on 3 points in the last seconds of the game against Fulham. Late equaliser for Fulham, but they've still got some good players. You know, Matoma's in there. You've got Danny Welbeck, Rutter still available, Baliba in midfield. I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw. Everton's take the lead, but Brighton with a late equaliser.
Fulham, Man United. I'm going to go a Man United win.
Well, they're the best team possible. You keep saying you're so impressed with them.
No. I think United have improved, and I think they'll continue to improve. I take it a tight game, but I think United can nick that.
Yes, I think Fulham, frustration for the manager, not getting a lot of new signings in. Didn't look great against Brighton last weekend. Manchester United with Mbumo and Cunha, maybe Sesko starts as well. I'm going to 2-1 win to Manchester United. I agree.
Okay, Majestic and Alan Pardew are taking your calls in the final word from 6:30 as well. Listen, have a brilliant weekend.
Be safe.
Some great games. Have a great bank holiday as well. Hope you've enjoyed it this week. I certainly have. And don't go anywhere, because up next it's Sam Maraface, Little Sam, Big Alex and Troy Deeney. So have a great day, great weekend. Thank you.
Aguero!